Naruto activated the heaven-defying enlightenment system at the beginning. Chapter 1. Traveled through time, or Uzumaki Naruto. Beside a stream, a blonde boy sat on the ground in a daze. He muttered something. As his memories merged, he knew that he had traveled to the world of Naruto. Moreover, he had traveled to the teenage years when he became the protagonist. As a corporate slave, he just stayed up late for 2 weeks and communicated with those famous teachers online. How did he unlock the title of a time traveler? Hiss. A burst of pain pulled Naruto back to reality from his memories. At the same time, another memory appeared in his mind. Hungry made Naruto go out of the house, wanting to try his luck with the little relief money left to see if he could buy some food. The reason why it was called a chance was that most of the time, the people in the village were unwilling to sell him food. Even if he bought food, it was of poor quality and about to expire, and today, unfortunately, he did not buy any food. I won't sell the food here to the little fox demon. These words seemed to still echo in my ears. Obviously, he did nothing. Obviously, his father was a hero of Konoha. Obviously, he was just a child, but, with this small body, he endured the greatest malice of the village. We shouldn't play with him, he is a fox demon who eats people. Why, Lord Hokage hasn't kicked him out of the village yet? It's so unlucky. You fox demon, why don't you just die? Malicious slander from adults, rejection and bullying from children of the same age. As long as he appears, it seems that he is the biggest mistake in this village. There is no way. Hunger forces little Naruto to come to the stream to find food to fill his stomach. However, he did not expect that because of long-term bullying and malnutrition, he did not have enough food. He was too weak. He fainted just after arriving at the stream. After falling, he hit the back of his head. Before losing consciousness, Naruto was still thinking about how hungry he was. After receiving all the information, a nameless anger rose from his heart. In his previous life, he was also a fan of Naruto. He only knew the passion of Naruto, the dreams of a teenager, and the success after adventure. But he did not understand the loneliness under the passion. He also did not understand the pain of dreams. He did not know the sadness before success. His small body was weak due to malnutrition. At the same time, he had new and old injuries caused by the evil deeds of those little ghosts in the village. This is a 5-year-old child. Just the memory is enough to arouse the anger and hatred in his consciousness. Not to mention, young Naruto personally experienced and endured the greatest malice of the entire village. The consciousness that knew the plot was even more angry. This anger was not only directed at those ignorant villagers, but also at the entire Konoha's top leaders. Danzo was determined to bring the Nine Tails Jinchuriki into the power of the root organization. So he spread rumors, let the villagers isolate Naruto, and lose the light in their hearts, so that they would be more suitable for the mastery and control of the root organization. Sarutobi Hiruzen also had this idea. So he did not stop Danzo's behavior, and even promoted it. In order to make himself the only light of Naruto, in order to more completely master the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. These old dogs. Cuckoo. Strong resentment, overwhelmed by hunger. I need to eat something first, or I may become the shortest-lived time traveler. Naruto forced himself to stand up. He looked around. Naruto's tattered and ill-fitting clothes were thrown aside. It seemed that when he got here, Naruto was ready to go down to the river to catch fish. However, although the stream was not deep, it was up to Naruto's belly. At this depth, with his current physical condition, he could not catch any fish. As for the tools he could use, there was only a long stick with a sharp end. Let's call it a harpoon. Thinking of this, Naruto picked up the harpoon on the ground and prepared to go down to the stream to catch fish. Get in touch with fishing tools and comprehend master-level fishing skills. Suddenly, a burst of electronic mixed sounds flooded into Naruto's mind. At the same time, there was also a lot of information about how to fish. Weaving ground traps, making simple automatic fishing platforms, cutting off rivers for automatic fishing traps. As information appeared one by one, Naruto's eyes also had a gleam of brilliance. His golden finger has arrived. Under the urging of the body, Naruto did not have time to think too much. More important than thinking is to fill his stomach. Dragging his tired body, he began to look for suitable materials to make efficient fishing tools. Half an hour later, a simple fish cage was thrown into the stream. At the same time, with master-level fishing skills, the harpoon in his hand has also become a good tool. After more than a dozen attempts, he finally pierced a fish. Your physical condition is too poor. Even if you have the skills, is it so difficult? Naruto looked at the fish 3 fingers wide in his hand, his eyes shining. It was difficult, but it was also true that there was food. Naruto took out the knife from his bag and began to process the fish. Skilled use of knives, understanding the basics of swordsmanship. The prompt sound rang again. This basic swordsmanship made Naruto process faster. Then, he started a fire and grilled the fish. Make fire and comprehend fire attribute chakra. Comprehend the fire attribute chakra, automatically comprehend the sea-level fire style, young snake technique, sea-level fire style, spark burst technique. The continuous reminder sound made Naruto feel a little more joyful while grilling fish. Regardless of whether this is a system or a projection of the world's will. This amazing cheat code gave Naruto enough confidence in the future. He wanted to survive in this world by relying on his own will. Strength is the foundation. Of course, Naruto did not continue to think about these. The most urgent task is to eat. As for overthrowing Konoha, that is a problem that he would have the energy to think about after eating. At the same time, the Anbu ninjas who were secretly monitoring Naruto saw Naruto wake up and find food. One of them quickly disappeared here. In the Hokage's office. The third Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen, was conducting a daily inspection of the bathhouse's safety. Swish, a masked figure appeared here. Hokage, the child has woken up and found food. At present, there is no big problem. The Anbu ninja reported today's intelligence. Okay, got it. Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up and ended the telescope technique. He took off his Hokage robe. I'll go over and take a look. This child is almost of school age. After saying this, Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up and left the Hokage's office. Back to Naruto. The aroma of grilled fish wafts out. Even though there aren't many seasonings, in the hands of Naruto, who has master cooking skills, it turns into a delicious delicacy. What a delicious grilled fish. Can I have some food too? Naruto, who was starving, had decided to eat his fill before testing the so-called system. After all, the prerequisite for making a big splash in the ninja world was to be full. Otherwise, saving the world on an empty stomach. But, a familiar, even disgusting voice sounded. That's right, the person coming over was none other than the third Hokage of Konohagakure, Sarutobi Hiruzen. Old fool, is it you? Naruto subconsciously wanted to greet the old man. Then he thought that the current situation was not suitable for contradicting Sarutobi Hiruzen. So he quickly changed his mind, put on a smile, and called him Grandpa sweetly. Ding, the host is detected acting in front of the Hokage, and has mastered the super mouth trick. Super mouth to mouth. After using it, it can interfere with the original logic and automatically let people enter the user's logic. After calling him Grandpa, I didn't expect that he could comprehend such a magical skill. Ha ha ha, little guy, why does your grilled fish smell so good? Grandpa hasn't eaten yet, can you give me one? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at the clear and stupid smile on Naruto's face, and his heart became more and more satisfied. Such performance was enough to prove that his arrangements over the years were not wrong. After all these years of KPI, Naruto has been fooled by him. Naruto smiled sweetly, then picked up a grilled fish that had just been put on the grill and handed it to Sarutobi Hiruzen. He quickly ate up all the remaining grilled fish. It was so funny, his body was almost dying of hunger, and this old dog was actually trying to steal his fish. You want fish, right? I'll give you a set meal of fish. Looking at the fish in his hand, Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't doubt it. He also started to eat it. It smelled good, but it tasted a little weird. But Sarutobi Hiruzen still finished the fish calmly. Naruto, you are 5 years old, right? Do you want to go to the ninja school to study? Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up and spoke with a kind smile. This was also Sarutobi Hiruzen's arrangement. As long as he waits for the entrance ceremony tomorrow, he will appear in the ninja school as a Hokage and start his speech. In his eyes, Naruto found that the one who has always cared about him is the Hokage of Konoha. Then, he will definitely lean more towards him with dependence and respect. When this Jinchuriki grows to a sufficient strength, he will be able to easily control it. I want to go to school. But, Naruto subconsciously lowered his head. He did not continue to speak. Seeing Naruto in this state, Sarutobi Hiruzen was even happier. Naruto was precocious and naturally knew his own situation. It would be difficult for a child like him without parents to enter a ninja school. Just go if you want. Go register tomorrow. I've already talked to the school and I've paid the tuition and fees for you. Little Naruto, you will definitely become a strong ninja who protects the village in the future, keep working on it. Sarutobi Hiruzen said slowly with what he thought was a warm smile. As long as Naruto is sent to the ninja school, there is no need to worry too much about the next thing. Moreover, Sarutobi Hiruzen must let Naruto enter the ninja school now. Because next, he still has a lot of things to deal with. The Uchiha clan's affairs, Danzo's threat, the restlessness of other villages. What Sarutobi Hiruzen has to do is to deal with the matter of the Nine Tails Jinchuriki first. Wow, really, thank you, Grandpa, I can go to school now. I will become a strong ninja and protect the village. Let everyone know, I am not a demon fox, I am a ninja of Konoha. I will become the Hokage of the village in the future. Naruto's eyes were full of stars. When he said these words, his super mouth-to-mouth trick was also activated. These words were consistent with what Sarutobi Hiruzen wanted to achieve. Sarutobi Hiruzen had no doubts and began to tell Naruto about the ninja school with a smile. He even gave Naruto 10,000 ryo when he left. He asked Naruto to prepare some new clothes and practice ninja tools. After Sarutobi Hiruzen left, Naruto slowly walked towards his residence. After the host has completed the raid, he has mastered the super physical training, which can greatly increase the speed of physical training. The host jumps and comprehends the moon step, which comes from the world of One Piece. It can use special steps to walk in the air. As the prompt sounded, Naruto's eyes were filled with surprise. This system is amazing. However, it will take time to improve these insights. Whether it is the improvement of physical skills or the moon step, they are not enough to solve the biggest crisis now. Swish, swish, swish. Just as Naruto was thinking, several ninjas wearing animal masks appeared not far from him. Come with us, little fox demon. The deer-masked ninja of the tailed beast picked up a rope and spoke coldly. Root, Naruto was stunned. Why would someone from the Root organization come to him at this time? Logically, shouldn't the Root organization be busy dealing with the Uchiha at this time? During this period, he, the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, is not in danger from the Uchiha who is about to go berserk. Now let alone that he doesn't have much ability to resolve the current crisis, even if he does, he can't use it at this time. Because he has no means to keep the 4 Root organization members in front of him. Once exposed, his situation will become more dangerous. I'm not a fox demon. Grandpa said that I can go to ninja school tomorrow. In the future, I can become a Hokage and protect the village. Don't take me away, Naruto suddenly shouted. The hunting skills he had just learned gave Naruto super observation. Not far away, someone was hiding. Who was it? Naruto didn't know. But now he didn't appear with the members of the Root organization, so he must not be a member of the Root organization. Moreover, there is a great possibility that he will be a member of the Anbu. The Anbu is directly under the Hokage. Snort. Little boy, you'd better not make a noise. The adults only want to see you, not. Swish. Before the deer-masked Root member could continue speaking, a figure appeared in front of Naruto. It was a ninja wearing an Anbu mask and carrying a short sword. Naruto recognized the other party's identity at the first sight by his long and smooth hair. The super traitor, the Hokage's super lackey who slaughtered his own clan, Uchiha Itachi. Seeing the Anbu members appear, the Root ninjas were also surprised. Obviously, they had not noticed Uchiha Itachi just now. Let's go. If you need to find Uzumaki Naruto, please ask your adults to find the Hokage. Uchiha Itachi said coldly. At the same time, he pulled out the short sword on his back. He exuded a sharp and cold aura. Just kidding, if Sarutobi Hiruzen asked him to go see his parents, Uchiha Itachi would not hesitate. Not to mention that he is facing these minions of the root organization now. Yes, minions. Naruto is just a child now, and those who come to catch him are just 4 low-level members of the root organization. This is the order of Danzo-sama, we cannot disobey it. Please get out of the way. Master Danzo, you cannot offend him. Obviously, these people did not recognize Uchiha Itachi's identity at all. Hearing this, Uchiha Itachi's aura became even colder. Master Hokage had already reminded him that Danzo had some problems now and he needed to pay attention. Unexpectedly, even the people of the root organization were challenging the authority of Master Hokage. If you don't leave now, if you insist on taking action, then you don't have to leave. Uchiha Itachi's eyes under the mask turned into 3 Magatama Sharingan. He held the short sword in front of him and took a fighting stance. Just one person, the root ninja, who was in the lead, attacked instantly. In their eyes, the mission assigned by Danzo was the biggest one. Even if they were facing the Anbu, they would not give up. Uchiha Itachi's eyes were cold, and he shot out shurikens instantly. With his superb shuriken technique, he blocked the attack route of the root organization. When the root organization was blocked, Uchiha Itachi attacked instantly. Ding, observe the shuriken technique and master throwing skills. Ding, observe Uchiha-style swordsmanship, and comprehend the basics of swordsmanship. Naruto's eyes lit up as he watched the battle in front of him. Wow, you can gain skills by watching the battle. Members of the root organization, you better do your best. It would be best if you could force Uchiha Itachi to use ninjutsu, or even the Mangekyo pupil technique. By then, maybe you can comprehend something incredible. You should go home soon. It's dangerous outside. Just as Naruto was enjoying the realization of the eternal eye, Uchiha Itachi's voice came. As expected of the Uchiha's super genius, he quickly defeated these root organization's worthless people. Okay, Naruto nodded and fled from here in a hurry. As a child, this is how he should behave. Watching Naruto go away, Uchiha Itachi disappeared here again. 3 hours later, it should be the dark department that took action. The adults told us not to interfere in this matter. Let's go. A root member looked at the bodies on the ground and threw out a fire talisman to burn them. If they could catch the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, they would be able to do it. If they couldn't catch him, forget it. They still had a lot of things to do next. Naruto was sitting in an apartment in a dilapidated building complex in the village. What he didn't expect was that Uchiha Itachi actually followed him back here. This guy, instead of rushing to attack Uchiha, what was he doing here? In order not to be noticed, Naruto went straight to wash up and go to bed. As soon as he closed his eyes, the surrounding environment changed instantly. It was like coming to a sewer space, very damp and dark. Looking forward, a huge cage appeared in sight. This is... Naruto was stunned. How did he get here? This is the place in his body where the Nine-Tails is sealed. Hee, you little brat, how dare you come here? A dull voice sounded. Inside the cage, a pair of scarlet vertical pupils appeared. Nine-tailed Kurama. Ding, come into contact with the Nine-Tails chakra and understand the method of chakra control. Ding, contact with the Nine-Tails chakra, and comprehend the method of chakra fusion. Ding, contact with the Nine-Tailed chakra, comprehend the Nine-Tailed chakra adapter. Before Naruto could speak, the system's prompts popped up one after another. The original chakra chaos in the body suddenly disappeared. The huge chakra began to flow in the meridians. Every time it flowed, Naruto could feel that the control became stronger. Seeing that Naruto didn't speak, the nine-tailed fox felt bored. So he closed his eyes and continued to sleep. A little kid, the nine-tailed fox had no interest in him. When Naruto opened his eyes, it was already morning. Looking at the slightly bright sky, Naruto turned over and got up. After washing and changing clothes, he rushed out of the room. Outside the ninja school, a large number of people appeared here. There were people from the ninja family and civilians. But without exception, they were all brought by their parents. In this crowd, Naruto immediately locked onto another male protagonist in this world, Uchiha Sasuke. At this time, Sasuke was standing next to Uchiha Makoto, smiling and talking to his mother. At this time, Uchiha Sasuke was still a cute little boy. After all, he had the love of his parents and brother. He hadn't grown crooked yet. Sasuke seemed to sense something and looked towards Naruto. When their eyes met, Sasuke seemed to have some fluctuations in his heart. He looked up and said something to Uchiha Makoto. Uchiha Makoto also looked towards Naruto, her beautiful eyes trembling slightly. Then, she took Sasuke's hand and walked towards Naruto. "Hello, my name is Uchiha Sasuke. Did you come here alone?" Sasuke opened his eyes wide and looked at Naruto with some curiosity. Because the Uchiha clan moved away from the center of the village, and Sasuke was not used to playing with other children. He didn't know Naruto's name of Demon Fox. In the original book, it was only after entering the school that he realized that this grandstanding, weak guy was the Demon Fox kid in the mouths of those people. Of course, these had nothing to do with Sasuke. At that time, he had only one idea in his mind, that is to kill Uchiha Itachi and avenge his clan. "Hello, my name is Uzumaki Naruto. I don't have parents, I signed up by myself," Naruto said, showing a big, sunny smile. Hearing Naruto's words and Naruto's smile, Sasuke was shocked. This guy, how can he say such a thing with a smile? Is he using a smile to cover up his emotions? "Sasuke, you should get along well with Naruto and be friends with him in the future." Uchiha Makoto forced a smile and spoke gently. Looking at Naruto, she thought of her former friend. She felt sad. But there was little she could do. Listening to Uchiha Makoto's words, Naruto was somewhat moved. He also knew the relationship between Uchiha Makoto and his mother Kushina. The Uchiha were in a storm now. Uchiha Makoto could still show kindness at this time. It was enough. Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto smiled broadly at Sasuke and held out his little hand. Uchiha Sasuke. Sasuke is not the second pillar who wants to show off and get beaten up regardless of whether it is sunny or rainy, but a big cute boy. Naturally, he will not show any coldness, and he also extends his little hand. The two of them are now friends. Little Naruto. I didn't expect that you'd already made good friends just after signing up. Are you happy? Suddenly, a familiar voice came. Naruto's eyes flashed with anger, and then he returned to his cheerful appearance. He turned around and looked at the person who came. "It's Grandpa. Why are you here too? Are you here to send your own child to school?" Naruto blinked his big eyes and spoke innocently and romantically. His face was filled with smiles. No, the old man came here today because he had other things to do. "Naruto, stop running around. I'm going to take care of your tuition. See you later." Sarutobi Hiruzen was very satisfied with Naruto's performance, stroked his beard and said happily. "Okay, see you later, Grandpa." Naruto waved his little hands vigorously and responded cheerfully. Uchiha Makoto was a little worried. The Sandaime. Why would the Sandaime suddenly appear here, and he has such a good relationship with Naruto? As for Naruto's identity, Makoto knew it. She is not a stupid person. After the fourth Hokage and his wife got into trouble, such a baby appeared. The time is right, plus the name of Uzumaki. Naruto is the child of her best friend Uzumaki Kushina, there is no doubt about it. And as the Hokage, Sarutobi Hiruzen naturally would not be unaware of Naruto's identity, so the things that Naruto encountered in the village were most likely caused by the third Hokage. Now, he behaves like this in front of Naruto again. Could it be that, thinking of something, Uchiha Makoto frowned even more tightly. "Mom, are you unhappy?" Sasuke saw his mother's strange expression and asked with some doubt. "Ah, it's okay, just thought of something. Naruto, let's go. I'll take you to register." Uchiha Makoto took Sasuke's hand and extended her other hand to Uzumaki Naruto. Although they were adult souls, there was no resistance to such sincere and warm kindness. "Thank you, Auntie." Naruto smiled innocently, and then let Uchiha Makoto hold his hand and go to the registration office. A figure flashed by in the dark. In the principal's office. The honorary principal at this time is Sarutobi Hiruzen. "Hokage, now Uchiha Makoto is taking the little fox demon to register. Do we need to stop it?" An Anbu said with some dissatisfaction. "Uchiha, it was because of this family that caused the Nine Tails rebellion that his brother died in that battle. Even the fourth Hokage, whom he respected the most, died. Now, the Nine-Tails brat and the Uchiha were involved together, and the anger in the heart of this Anbu could not be suppressed. Therefore, he came directly to report the situation and put forward his own opinions. Need not. The current Jinchuriki is still within the controllable range. As for Uchiha, you don't need to intervene. Go ahead. Sarutobi Hiruzen said calmly, picked up the speech on the table and started reading. The Anbu member tightened his hands, responded, and disappeared in an instant. After the Anbu member left, a figure walked out from the dark room on the left. Itachi, you don't have to worry about these things. The internal conflicts in the village have become quite serious. After the opening ceremony, I will start to focus on these things. However, these still require a lot of effort from you. Sarutobi Hiruzen said with a hint of meaning. I know, Hokage-sama. The person who came out was Uchiha Itachi. He didn't say much because he knew how to do these things. Naruto stood on the playground with Sasuke. Dinky is one of the good friends of Naruto. Not appearing here. Sasuke, do you know the Hokage? Naruto suddenly spoke. You don't know. Sasuke was originally thinking about why his mother would let him be friends with Naruto, and why she was so eager to do so. But when he suddenly heard Naruto's words, he was a little surprised and said, I know, isn't that Yan, Grandpa, actually the Hokage, right? Naruto slowly spoke. Yes, so, you want to tell me that you have a good relationship with the Hokage? Sasuke doesn't like friends who use their status to make a fuss. No, I want to tell you that although I know it, I will never do anything just because I know him. Everyone in the village hates me and thinks I am the reincarnation of the nine-tailed fox. You are my first good friend in name, will you reject me? Naruto said carelessly, and stretched out his hand again. The previous bond was forced by Uchiha Makoto. What Naruto has to do is to make Sasuke and him form a deeper bond. It is very painful and a waste of time to follow Sasuke's plot. Naruto also doesn't want Sasuke to develop any curse seals, it is better for him to stay in the village. Won't. Friends will not exclude friends. Sasuke also smiled. This strange feeling began to slowly spread between the two boys. Students, be quiet. Next, please invite the Sandaime-sama, the principal of the ninja school, to give a speech to everyone. At this time, a powerful voice came. Wearing a Hokage robe and a bamboo hat, Sarutobi Hiruzen slowly walked to the platform. Is that Hokage-sama? So cool. I want to be a Hokage in the future. It's so funny, you don't even check whether you can use kunai now, but you want to be Hokage. I am the one who can become Hokage. Stop talking, just study hard first. Wow, Lord Hokage seems so powerful. This is Naruto, the super powerful ninja who protects our village. Where have these kids seen the Hokage in such an occasion? Some of them even saw the Hokage for the first time, and you can imagine how excited they were. At this moment, Naruto was also looking at the Hokage on the high platform with stars in his eyes. Although he did not exclaim or say any words of praise. But, just this expression said it all. Sasuke was puzzled. Just now, this guy had a look of disdain on his face, how come he suddenly became like this? Only Naruto himself knew. Now, there were countless eyes on him. If he didn't behave well, he would be suspected. He might even be arranged to do something deliberately targeting him. Just like before, with the villagers and children. If it weren't for the deliberate instigation and arrangement of the top leaders, the hatred in their hearts would never have been like that. In order to be able to improve his strength more steadily in the future, Naruto naturally had to show more enthusiasm. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen also saw Naruto's admiring expression. Satisfied, he retracted his gaze. Welcome everyone to study at ninja school. I am the Sandaime Hokage of Konoha, Sarutobi Hiruzen. Today, I will give your entrance ceremony speech. Konoha is our home. Your goal in entering school should also be to protect your family. Just like the will of Konoha, the will of fire. Next, there were words like, where leaves flutter, fire will never cease. These two simple sentences with the attributes of a principle would naturally take at least 2 hours. Not to mention, the old guy Sarutobi Hiruzen was here to brainwash these people. This time, it was not just Uzumaki Naruto, the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, who enrolled. The children of the patriarchs of various ninja families were also arranged to attend. Therefore, Sarutobi Hiruzen worked particularly hard. Such speeches are not without effect. At least, those children from civilian families are already eager to become ninjas now, and then give their lives to Sarutobi Hiruzen. After the speech, everyone went to check the class division, and then followed their parents to leave the ninja school one after another. Outside the school, Grandpa, you are actually the Hokage. Why didn't you tell me before? Grandpa, no, Lord Hokage, I want to be a ninja like you in the future. I want to be a Hokage and protect Konoha. Naruto stood in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen excitedly, his face full of youthful longing. At the same time, he was gesticulating and saying something. You little guy, you should first learn how to be a ninja. I believe that you will become a super powerful ninja in the future. Sarutobi Hiruzen smiled kindly. He rubbed Naruto's head with his hand. Such a scene naturally fell into the eyes of many people. Although they were puzzled by the behavior of the Hokage, they did not dare to say anything. Some people even began to worry. If Naruto really has a good relationship with the Hokage, will he retaliate against them when he becomes stronger in the future? Of course, no one would say such a thing. They all left here. After Sarutobi Hiruzen left, Sasuke also came to Naruto. Naruto, do you want to come to my house for dinner? I didn't invite you, my mother did. The arrogant little Sasuke walked in front of Naruto and spoke seriously. Okay, I want to go. Naruto nodded. Go to the Uchiha clan. This is a very helpful thing for Naruto now. There are two main conflicts among the Konoha high-level officials now. The first one is him, Uzumaki Naruto. The identity of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki, whether it is Sarutobi Hiruzen or Shimura Danzo, they all want to get it. Shimura Danzo wants to kidnap him directly and take him to the root organization. Sarutobi Hiruzen wants to deceive. The second one is naturally the Uchiha clan. The plan to exterminate the Uchiha clan is probably already being planned. Shimura Danzo will not really give Uchiha 2 years just because of Uchiha Shisui's death. The reason why he stopped attacking Uchiha is because he is fusing Uchiha Shisui's eyes. In addition, during that period, Shisui's whereabouts were unknown. He did not dare to act rashly, fearing that Uchiha Shisui would suddenly show up and fight him to the death. But such fear gradually disappeared with the passage of time. Not to mention, now there is a super traitor Uchiha Itachi standing on their side, and what happens when these two biggest conflicts and contradictions come together? Obviously, Naruto, who poses no threat, will naturally be ignored. This period of time is the best time for Naruto to develop. Of course, Naruto also has some ideas of his own. After accepting Sasuke's invitation, the two, led by Uchiha Makoto, went to the Uchiha clan. At the same time, in the Hokage's office, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who had just returned to the Hokage's office, received intelligence. Naruto went to the Uchiha clan. Listening to the information from the Anbu, Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned slightly. At such a critical time, Naruto's move to the Uchiha clan will definitely 3 generations. Just when Sarutobi Hiruzen was worried, a dull voice came. Master Danzo. The Anbu members saluted Shimura Danzo, who suddenly appeared. You go down first, I have something to say to the Hokage. Shimura Danzo said calmly. The irresistible tone in his words was already revealed. The Anbu glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen waved his hand, and the Anbu disappeared instantly. What do you want from me? Sarutobi Hiruzen said coldly. Sarutobi Hiruzen had already received the news that the root organization wanted to kidnap Naruto. So, of course, he would not be in a good mood now. This guy was so arrogant that he was ready to take action without caring about his face. I think the Jinchuriki still needs to be handed over to our Anbu. Shimura Danzo did not hide his purpose and directly stated it. Hearing this, Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned even more. Impossible, you don't need to tell me about this. I won't agree to that. If there is nothing else, you can go back. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't want to talk to this guy at all. Shimura Danzo's ambition became more and more obvious a year ago. If it weren't for the fact that Shimura Danzo was still unsure, and Sarutobi Hiruzen's power and strength were still strong. It is estimated that this guy would be unable to bear it. However, he and Shimura Danzo were too deeply involved, and Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't do anything to Danzo. Otherwise, with Danzo's behavior, Sarutobi Hiruzen would have taken action against him long ago. Don't rush to refuse. Now, the Uchiha people took the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki away. Didn't you also not stop it? It's hard for you to handle this kind of thing, and you can't avoid it. What if Uchiha did what he did 6 years ago? Who will bear the losses of the village then? You, the Sandaime Hokage who watched the Nine-Tails rebellion. Shimura Danzo's mouth corners slightly raised, and the mockery was full. It's so funny. A guy who always talks about the will of fire, but watched the Nine-Tails rebellion. He didn't sacrifice to cultivate fresh fire, but wanted to keep burning like an old wax. In the end, he killed the 4th Hokage who he personally recommended to take the position. Of course, there are some special hidden stories in this. It doesn't matter. Shimura Danzo deliberately wanted to disgust Sarutobi Hiruzen. Snort. Uchiha knows what he is doing, and you don't need to interfere. Besides, with Itachi here, I don't think they can do anything out of the ordinary. Instead it's you, Danzo. Recently, you have been a little too much. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, and the chakra in his body burst out. At that moment, more than a dozen ninjas from the Anbu appeared around. Members of the root organization also came in from outside. Oh, it seems I said something wrong. Then, our Hokage, I hope you can really take control of everything. After Danzo finished speaking, he turned around and left. The members of the root organization also disappeared. Seeing such an arrogant Danzo, no matter how angry Sarutobi Hiruzen was, he could only suppress this anger first. Ferret, you just heard what Danzo said, go ahead. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, then he sat back in his seat, gathered his chakra and started to handle his business. Uchiha Itachi bowed and disappeared in an instant. In the Uchiha clan territory. After lunch, Naruto, have you ever learned throwing techniques before? Sasuke took Naruto to his own exclusive training ground and asked seriously. No, Naruto shook his head. I'll teach you, Sasuke said, taking out 2 training shurikens. Toot. As the shuriken in Sasuke's hand was thrown, it landed steadily on the target in the distance. Ding! Observe Uchiha Sasuke throwing shuriken, and comprehend the shuriken throwing technique. As the system prompt sounded, Naruto felt a little disappointed. He had already mastered the throwing technique when he watched Uchiha Itachi fight. Now, I'll try it. Naruto excitedly ran to the target, took down the training shuriken, and tried it. Toot! Very good. This throw landed beautifully on the ground. That's not the case, I tell you. Sasuke was a little happy. Because, these were all taught to him by his brother. Now, he can teach his good friend, and naturally he feels a sense of accomplishment. For an entire afternoon, Naruto accompanied Sasuke in practicing shuriken throwing. Unconsciously, Sasuke's throwing skills improved. From the beginning, he could only barely hit the target. In an afternoon, he could hit the target 100% of the time, and all of them landed on the bull's eye. Such progress made Sasuke very happy. When the time comes, he can show off in front of his brother, and then let his brother teach him new skills. Sasuke, can you teach me ninjutsu? Naruto asked with a smile as he looked at Sasuke picking up the shuriken. But I only know one ninjutsu now, and I'm not very proficient yet. My father also said that my technique is far inferior to my brother's. Sasuke said unhappily. Wow, Sasuke, you really already know ninjutsu. Teach me, just let me see it. Naruto shouted exaggeratedly. Sasuke, who was a little disappointed, had a strange glow in his dark eyes. Yeah, Sasuke nodded seriously, and then took Naruto to a small lake. Art Fire Escape Ho Fireball. Boom. As a thin flame shot out from Sasuke's mouth, a huge fireball condensed in the distance, emitting rolling heat waves. Ding! Observe Uchiha Sasuke using the fire-style Great Fireball technique, and comprehend the B-level fire-style Flame Bullet technique. The system prompt sounded, and Naruto's eyes lit up. Sure enough, this system is really good. Naruto, do you want to try? Sasuke looked at Naruto expectantly. As for whether Naruto had fire attribute chakra, Sasuke had forgotten about it. With a friend who could provide emotional value like crazy, all his attention was on Naruto. He could even imagine himself teaching Naruto fire escape and then guiding him. This was wonderful. Okay, I'll try. Naruto walked to the lake and began to make hand seals. Art fire escape ho fireball. Fire style. Small fire snake technique. Although the seal was for the great fireball technique, Naruto used the small fire snake technique. This ninjutsu does not require seals. Call. As a small flame spewed out of Naruto's mouth, it looked like a small snake wandering in the air. Ha 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 ha. Sasuke laughed out loud. Sure enough, the fire he released was not the smallest. That's not the case, Naruto, you have to control your chakra well. Sasuke walked to Naruto's side, put away his smile, and began to tell Naruto how to control chakra and the techniques of hand seals. Ding, after Uchiha Sasuke's description of chakra control, I realized the Infinite Void. Infinite Void Realm can help the host better control chakra. In addition to the system prompt sound, there is another person watching the two of them. That is the nine tails in Naruto's body. Kurama can hear the conversation between the two and is even a little depressed. This kid can obviously control his chakra, why does he need these basic things? Is this a human? As a tailed beast, he really can't understand such behavior. On a big tree in the distance, Uchiha Itachi looked at the scene in front of him with some solemnity. Although his brother had a smile on his face, Naruto seemed to get along well with Sasuke. But Uchiha Itachi knew that it was definitely not the right choice for these two to be friends. The family already had some problems that had not been dealt with, and now it was involved with the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. At that time, the top leaders would be even more afraid of them. Suppressing these thoughts, Uchiha Itachi instantly came to the lake where the two little ones were playing. Sasuke. And, hello Naruto. Uchiha Itachi spoke gently. It was hard to believe that such a decent guy would choose to slaughter a clan. What is this? Naruto suppressed his emotions and looked at Sasuke curiously. Naruto, this is my brother, Uchiha Itachi. We are friends, you can call me brother in the future. Sasuke was a little excited. If it were any other time, he would definitely pester Uchiha Itachi to teach him new ninjutsu and taijutsu. But what he got from Naruto was, after he had enough emotional value, he didn't seem so eager anymore. Instead, he introduced Uchiha Itachi. Itachi-kun. Naruto greeted politely. Let's go, mother has prepared the meal, go back and have a good bath after dinner. School will start the day after tomorrow, you must be well prepared. After Uchiha Itachi finished speaking softly, he turned and walked towards his home. Sasuke took Naruto's hand and followed behind. Along the way, he also instilled in Naruto how powerful his brother was and how much he was loved by his father. Also, the fact that his brother is now a captain of the Anbu. Chatting about these things, the three returned to Uchiha Sasuke's home. At this time, Uchiha Fugaku, the current head of the Uchiha clan, was already sitting in the living room. Seeing that his father was also there, the smile on Uchiha Sasuke's face disappeared a little, and he sat obediently in his seat. And the seat next to Sasuke, you can tell at a glance, was temporarily added, it was Naruto's seat. Sasuke's friend, Uchiha Fugaku asked coldly. Uzumaki Naruto stood up straight when he heard this. Hello uncle, my name is Uzumaki Naruto, and I'm in the same class as Sasuke. Today, we became friends, and Sasuke helped me a lot. I like Sasuke very much. Naruto introduced himself with a sunny face. After that, he showed a big smile. It must be said that with the blessing of acting skills, he can really adapt to his current identity smoothly. Oh, I see. Go wash your hands with Sasuke, and then have dinner. Uchiha Fugaku nodded and spoke calmly. Sasuke heard it, pulled Naruto and walked towards the sink. After the two little ones left, Uchiha Fugaku's eyes fell on Uchiha Itachi. Itachi, you have missed the family meeting 3 times. Did you come back this time because of that child? Uchiha Fugaku had a cold expression on his face, showing no emotion. But there was already some blame in his words. This was Uchiha Itachi, his most satisfied eldest son, who had various honors and brought him a lot of honor and confidence. But recently, since Uchiha Shisui disappeared, Uchiha Itachi's behavior has become a little difficult for him to understand. Yes, the task assigned by the 3 generations of adults. At the same time, I also want to know whether the contact between Jinchuriki and our Uchiha was intentional. Uchiha Itachi nodded, not hiding anything. He said it directly, just to let his father give him the answer. It wasn't me. Uchiha Fugaku gave a direct affirmative answer. It's me. Why, 3rd generation sir, even I am going to take care of it. Makoto. Before Makoto could finish her words, she was stopped by Fugaku Uchiha. After taking a look at the father and son, Makoto Uchiha showed an uncomfortable look on her face. She turned around and continued to serve the dishes. It was not appropriate for her to say anything about the current situation. Itachi Uchiha just stood there without saying a word. Fugaku Uchiha was also freezing cold all over. Father, brother. What are you doing? Why do I feel that you are all a little unhappy? Uchiha Sasuke's voice suddenly sounded. Hearing Sasuke's voice, Uchiha Itachi's mouth curled up a smile. Nothing. My brother did something that made my father unhappy and is being lectured. Sasuke, you must be obedient. Uchiha Itachi smiled and said. His eyes swept over Naruto, and there seemed to be too many thoughts in his black pupils. Will my brother also be criticized by my father? Oh, brother, I can now. Don't talk while eating and don't talk while sleeping. Sasuke was very excited to share the results of today's training with his brother, but was interrupted by Uchiha Fugaku. For a moment, Sasuke's expression became dim. All the excitement and joy before disappeared at this time. Naruto was ashamed. Sure enough, this kid's original family was full of problems. Uncle, I found out today that my grandfather is the Hokage. Sasuke also said that you are the head of the Uchiha clan. The old man said this the last time we were having grilled fish together, that if anyone tried to do something, he would stop them. Uncle, do you have any super moves? Naruto also came from behind and said with a bright smile. Uchiha Fugaku stood up all of a sudden. The grandfather mentioned by Naruto, he naturally knew that this was from Sarutobi Hiruzen. But, the root took action. The Hokage wanted to stop it. Such a thing. Uchiha Fugaku shifted his gaze to Uchiha Itachi. As a captain of the Anbu, Uchiha Itachi should know something. The root organization, Shimura Danzo, that guy, wanted to make the Uchiha disappear directly, so how could there be any joint action? In the absence of joint action, there is only one thing. Uchiha Itachi shook his head and did not speak. At this time, Uchiha Fugaku realized his loss of composure and slowly sat down. Let's eat. Sasuke, go get ready later and let your good friend Naruto come tonight, right? Live here, sleep with you. Uchiha Fugaku smiled. Okay, thank you, father. Uchiha Sasuke was obviously a little happy. He was very happy to get his father's approval for the first time he made friends. And Naruto also responded to Sasuke's eyes with a smile. After dinner, Uchiha Sasuke took Naruto to his room. He still had a lot of things to say to his good friend Naruto. Itachi, come to my study. Uchiha Fugaku walked towards his own study. Itachi did not object and followed him. You heard what that little Naruto said just now. Itachi, you. Uchiha Fugaku's expression was a bit complicated. Some things were not that he was unwilling to fight for. Rather, from the very beginning, their Uchiha clan had been excluded. Moreover, the reason for being excluded was also outrageous. That is, because they were too powerful. No one could be conceded to completely control the Uchiha clan. Of course, this was also true. Such a super powerful force in the village, but it could not be controlled by the authorities, that is, the top leaders of Konoha, would naturally cause more conflicts. It led to the suppression and marginalization of Uchiha. It led to constant conflicts within the Uchiha. It led to tensions between the village and the family. And his genius son, finally got the recognition of the current Hokage, and was able to join the Anbu as a team leader. This, originally gave Uchiha Fugaku a glimmer of hope. Even when entering the family meeting, facing the radicals in the family, he also took out the fact that Uchiha Itachi had already served as the captain of the Anbu as a bargaining chip. After all, with their Uchiha people around the Hokage, it would naturally prove that they were not abandoned or suppressed. At the same time, most of the internal information can be obtained. But Uchiha Fugaku knew that Uchiha Itachi had never given any special information. I know something about this. Father, if the conflict between the village and the family reaches an irreconcilable level, will you choose the family or the village? Uchiha Itachi suddenly asked a question that shocked Uchiha Fugaku. There were too many things contained in this question. Even the worst possibility was in it. So Itachi, do you have the answer? Uchiha Fugaku asked back. Yes, father. If it were me, I would choose the village. Like brother Shisui, fight for the honor of the village and family. Uchiha Itachi's eyes were firm. Shish. Suddenly, a laugh sounded. Both of them immediately opened their Sharingan and looked towards the source of the sound. A small figure appeared there. Don't be nervous, I'm not here to fight you. A masked man appeared here. You fool, you dare to invade my study, do you want to die? The chakra in Uchiha Fugaku's body suddenly burst out. At the same time, the pupil power followed. Although he did not release the pupil technique, the sense of oppression was still strong. At this stone, Uchiha Itachi looked at his father with some doubt. Because, that pupil power, his father also opened the Mangekyo. Don't worry, don't worry. I am just a passing ghost. I felt like laughing when I heard what your son said. Protect the village. A village is made up of houses. It is not that you have a home only after you have a village. In your opinion, home is not important, but you never think about it. How can there be a village without a home? Also, your behavior is ungrateful no matter what you say. The mysterious man said with a lot of sarcasm. Uchiha Fugaku would not say these things, nor would Sarutobi Hiruzen, and even less would those Itachi fans. But the mysterious man, Uzumaki Naruto, he would say it. As a time traveler, such a thing as destroying a clan in exchange for the trust and stability of the village is ungrateful, there is no way to wash it away. An ungrateful wolf is an ungrateful wolf. If everyone only cares about the interests of their own family, then the whole village will always be in disarray. If we just guard the small step in front of us, how can the village grow? Uchiha Itachi said passionately. The words, ungrateful, deeply hurt him. This is also a question he has been avoiding. Originally thought that he could ignore such words, but he didn't expect that he would still be strongly affected. Are you kidding? Who is the person in front of him? Uzumaki Naruto, a cheating plus chosen child player with super mouth. If this other mouth is useless, then Naruto is really convinced. As for why he appeared here, naturally, he saw Uchiha Itachi's shadow clone. That is, when he went to find Sasuke by the lake, it was not Uchiha Itachi's real body. My goodness, this directly allowed Naruto to master the multiple shadow clone technique. Even at the same time, he also comprehended the transformation technique and substitute technique. In addition, this is in his own home, and the two of them just had their own little tricks, so they ignored Naruto who followed. Of course, Naruto also used the transformation technique under the mask he wore. What if I tell you that Uchiha Shisui didn't die in a mission, but was ambushed by Shimura Danzo and had his eye gouged out? What if I told you that Danzo Shimura and the Konoha high-ranking officials have decided to massacre the entire Uchiha clan, not just clean up the radical factions? If I tell you, you will be expelled from Konoha because of this plan. As for your poor and stupid brother. Bang! Uchiha Itachi made his move. A skeleton arm instantly stretched out and slapped Naruto's shadow clone into white mist. Why not let him continue? At this time, Uchiha Fugaku basically believed what Naruto said. In addition to Uchiha Itachi's extreme behavior, he was also affected by some other people's mouths. This person is trying to sow discord between our Uchiha clan and the village. Moreover, if what he said was true, why did he only arrange for a shadow clone to come and even use the transformation technique? Obviously, what he just said is not true. Father, you want Uchiha Shisui dead. Before Uchiha Itachi finished speaking, Uchiha Fugaku's short words made Uchiha Itachi shut his mouth. He suddenly realized something. He knew about Uchiha Shisui's death. But, he was the only one who knew. The head of the Uchiha clan, Uchiha Fugaku, didn't know. Then, why did that guy just now? Could it be that he? Uchiha Itachi was silent. There were too many questions in this, and he couldn't solve them for a while, nor did he understand them. Could it be that the choice he made before? For a moment, both of them were silent. Father, I need, I see. Go ahead, come and tell me your answer tomorrow night. Uchiha Fugaku interrupted Uchiha Itachi and turned around and left the study. They suddenly received too much information today, and for a moment, the CPUs of both of them seemed to be insufficient. Or, in fact, they have already processed the information. But they need to identify the gains and losses in it. At this time, in Sasuke's room. Because of the training during the day, Sasuke fell asleep after excitedly telling Naruto about his brother and him. But Naruto couldn't sleep. Ding! Observe Uchiha Fugaku's Sharingan and comprehend the Yin attribute chakra. Ding! Observe Uchiha Itachi's Sharingan and comprehend the Sharingan. Ding! Observe Uchiha Itachi's Susanoo and comprehend the Mangekyo Sharingan. Ding! With the Mangekyo Sharingan, automatically optimize any sequelae. The constant appearance of the prompt sound, how can people sleep? Yin attribute chakra, Mangekyo. Naruto even felt that if his physique was stronger and he had enough chakra control, he would not need Uchiha Sasuke at all, and he could directly become the Six Paths. Of course, such a thing can only be YY in his mind for the time being. He can't do such a thing now. Buzz. Naruto tried it. He gathered his chakra into his eyes. The Mangekyo Sharingan opened. Suddenly, he felt dizzy. Yes, the side effects of the Mangekyo Sharingan were indeed eliminated by the system, but, using the Mangekyo required a lot of chakra and mental energy. Before Naruto could take a good look at what special eye technique his soul reflection eye was, he fell asleep in a daze. The next day, oops, Naruto suddenly woke up. He glanced at Uchiha Sasuke who was still sleeping on his side, and suddenly felt relieved. He quickly moved to the side and picked up the mirror to take a look. Fortunately, after falling asleep, the Mangekyo Sharingan had been closed. Naruto subconsciously opened his system panel. Seeing that there was really information about the Mangekyo Sharingan on it, it proved that what happened last night was not his dream. Originally, he wanted to create some chaos to give himself a good training environment. But he didn't expect that there would be unexpected gains. Moreover, after having the Mangekyo Sharingan, Naruto can do another thing. Thinking of this, Naruto suppressed the excitement in his heart. That thing, let's wait until the right time. Naruto, are you awake yet? Let's go eat, and then I'll take you around here. Sasuke's still somewhat milky voice sounded. Good. The two kids got up, dressed, washed, and got ready. After breakfast, they left the yard and headed out of the clan. Third generation, you are completely kidding. Did you know that the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki stayed at the Uchiha clan last night? You are risking the safety of the entire village on this matter. What would you do if, last night, the nine-tailed fox erupted again? Like the Yondaime, he was not afraid of life and death, and went to resist the invasion of the Nine Tails. Or do you think you can still watch the show from the sidelines? Or can you tell me now that you trust Uchiha enough? Shimura Danzo's voice was aggressive. And here, there was not only Shimura Danzo. There were also two other elders of Konoha. Utane Kaharu, Mito Kato N. 3 generations of adults. Although Danzo's way of speaking is a little inappropriate, every word he says is sincere. So, did you really allow this matter, third Hokage? Utane Kaharu spoke sarcastically. She didn't curse or yell. She now needed a positive answer from Sarutobi Hiruzen, the third Hokage. In fact, the two of them had not been involved in these things for a long time. Their families also had their own businesses, and they were running well. So, they didn't care about such things. But, it was about Uchiha, so they needed to care about it. Once Uchiha re-entered the power center of Konoha, some things would not be as easy to handle as before. At least, it would definitely affect the interests of the two families. Even if you, the Sandaime-sama, have given us permission, we still have the right to know about this matter. Could it be that the Sandaime-sama has decided to manage the village himself? Mito Kato N didn't say much, but it was like a thorn piercing Sarutobi Hiruzen's throat. And Sarutobi Hiruzen has been silent since the three of them started talking. Are you all really ready? After the three of them spoke, Sarutobi Hiruzen said calmly. What's the meaning? What are you preparing for? The three of them were stunned. It was obvious that they did not understand what Sarutobi Hiruzen had just said. Now, you are ready for the crisis our village is facing, right? Without the fighting power of the Uchiha clan, the ninjas in your family can deal with those ninjas from other villages who have invaded the land of fire, right? You are also ready to bear the losses after destroying the Uchiha, right? 3 consecutive questions shut up the 3 people. Uchiha Koharu and Midokado En were originally instigated by Shimura Danzo to cause trouble. They didn't even have to explain their original intention, they just wanted benefits. Now, when they were asked this question, their expressions suddenly became heavy. Resist the foreign village. Pursue the ninjas who invaded the land of fire. Face the counterattack of the Uchiha. Such a thing, early in the morning, what normal person would think about such a thing? Therefore, Sarutobi Hiruzen was able to sit in the position of Hokage. In fact, he still had his own set of things. Even Shimura Danzo was speechless at this time. Snort. Are you trying to divert attention from the matter that puts the village in danger by saying so much? Shimura Danzo still refused to give in. Because the original cause of this incident was that the Nine Tails Jinchuriki went to the Uchiha clan's territory. Obviously, for Shimura Danzo, this matter was not allowed. I didn't change the subject. Uchiha Itachi went with them. Itachi, it was you, Danzo, who recommended it to me. So, what are you still dissatisfied with now? Sarutobi Hiruzen spoke again. Even his words became a little cold. He didn't want to touch Shimura Danzo, but that didn't mean he didn't dare to do it. If Shimura Danzo continued to insist, then if there were things that needed to be torn apart, then so be it. Feeling the anger of Sarutobi Hiruzen, Danzo knew that if he continued to force him, he would lose his interests. Maybe he would really force Sarutobi Hiruzen into a corner. Snort. You'd better handle this matter. If any accident happens, even you, the 3rd generation, can't afford it. Shimura Danzo could only snort coldly, then turned and walked out of the Hokage's office. Uchiha Koharu and Midokado En were even more embarrassed. After they said a few simple words to Sarutobi Hiruzen, they also left. After the 3 left, Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed heavily. He even felt that the original decision was wrong. It was a stupid decision to suppress the Uchiha and completely push the Uchiha to the opposite side of the village, or even to the opposite side of him, Sarutobi Hiruzen. Even if the sharp blade is not in your hand, you shouldn't throw it away. At that time, it may even become a sharp blade in the hands of others to kill him. Hokage, after investigation, the captain has been staying by the mission target. Moreover, the Uchiha clan had no intention of contacting the target. After all, the identity of the target is not very popular in the Uchiha clan. Anbu members quickly reported the situation. That's right. If it weren't for Uchiha Makoto, Naruto's identity in the Uchiha clan would be very embarrassing. Because the fuse that caused the Uchiha clan to suffer great humiliation was the 9 tails in the body of the celebrity now. Under such circumstances, it is natural to hate Naruto. He is a little fox demon. Got it, you can go down. Sarutobi Hiruzen waved his hand. Sarutobi Hiruzen still maintained absolute trust in Uchiha Itachi. This genius of the Uchiha clan had a strong will of fire. Sarutobi Hiruzen even believed that this will of fire had surpassed the original Namikaze Minato. If he knew that such a talent would appear in the future Uchiha, then he should not have stopped Namikaze Minato, nor should he have listened to Danzo's suggestions. Thinking of that young figure, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face showed a helpless look. Some things can't be returned. It's noon soon. Sasuke, see you at school tomorrow. Naruto waved to Sasuke, then ran out with big strides. If he didn't leave here quickly, Sasuke could send him off again. After leaving the Uchiha clan, Naruto walked on the street. The civilians still showed disgust after seeing Naruto. But they were no longer as bad-mouthed as before. The children were still hiding from Naruto, saying that they would not play with monsters, and still insulting Naruto. But they didn't dare to attack Naruto again. Yesterday, the interaction with Sarutobi Hiruzen made many people feel fearful and cautious. Back to his room, Naruto lay down on his big bed all of a sudden. So tired. However, the next part is the highlight. Soon, Naruto raised his finger. Shadow Clone Technique. As the chakra surged, a shadow clone appeared beside Naruto. Give you a task. Go ahead, you can rest for 8 days a month, which is already a very good treatment. Naruto smiled and said. He was not kidding. As a social animal in his previous life, he did not have so much rest time. Got it. The shadow clone left the room and went to do physical training. He would enter the ninja school tomorrow, so it was necessary to prepare in advance. After arranging for the shadow clone to leave the room, Naruto sat cross-legged on the bed. Ding! The host uses the Mangekyo Sharingan to comprehend the spiritual practice method, infinite meditation. As the system prompt sounded, an additional message appeared in Naruto's mind. Soon, the chakra in the body began to flow. Slowly flowed into the brain and entered the pupils. With the infusion of this energy, the dizziness disappeared. Instead, there was a feeling of clarity. Wow, this infinite meditation can actually directly convert chakra into mental power. With this convenience, it is another golden finger for Naruto. What he lacks the least is chakra. Not to mention his own physique, there are so many power banks in his body. Thinking of this, Naruto closed his eyes. In an instant, the surrounding environment changed. At this time, Naruto appeared in front of the seal again. I told you, kid. If you disturb my rest again, I will eat you. The huge head of the Nine Tails appeared instantly, and at the same time, the Nine Tails' violent and ferocious red chakra also appeared. Although this seal conceals most of the Nine Tails chakra. But over the past few years, the Nine Tails has slowly infiltrated and affected Naruto's body. There is also a lot of chakra. Moreover, these chakras that Naruto cannot control, but he can control. A big hand of chakra instantly slapped towards Naruto. Naruto raised his head. A pair of scarlet eyes were reflected in the pupils of the Nine Tails. The hand that was waving at me suddenly stopped. It was even trembling, and it felt like it was about to disappear. Nine Tails, do you still remember these eyes? So, can we talk about it? Naruto took a deep breath and spoke directly. Because of the system's shielding, the Nine Tails could not know the relationship between Naruto and the system. However, at this time, Naruto's pair of Sharingans made the Nine Tails' deepest fear spread out. The memory of being manipulated as a pet. What do you want to say? The Nine Tails didn't dare to act rashly, but he didn't want to be intimidated by Naruto. He spoke arrogantly. Cuba. Naruto raised his lips slightly, closed his Sharingan, and sat on the ground. Then he raised his head and called out the name of the Nine Tails with a smile. Bang! Suddenly, the nine-tailed fox's front legs fell on the sealed door. Even though chains appeared and stretched towards him, locking him up, the nine-tailed fox still opened his eyes wide and looked at the little devil in front of him. How? Do you know my name? Kyuubi was stunned. Kurama. No one has called this name for many years. How did this kid know it? In Kyuubi's memory, Uchiha Madara used the Sharingan to control him. Uzumaki Mito's sealing technique was so powerful that it could extract the chakra in his body at any time, and he could not resist. Uzumaki Kushina also could not communicate with him at all. When he wanted to use chakra, he would forcibly extract it. None of these people knew that he was Ju Lama, and not the nine-tailed demon fox as they said. At this moment, Naruto's eyes fell on the seal on the door. Ding! Watch the seal in full, comprehend the 4-symbol seal, 5-star seal, diamond chain, 9 combinations seal, and heaven's end seal. Finally, after a few seconds, the system prompt sounded. The Uzumaki clan was a clan that had mastered a large number of sealing techniques. It was because of these various seals that the ninja world was afraid of them. Even though the Uzumaki clan was alone in the country of whirlpools and did not participate in the fighting in the ninja world, they still could not escape the fate of being exterminated. 9 Lamas. What if I say, I've actually known you for a long time? You should have realized this the first time I appeared here. Naruto stood up and walked towards the Nine Tails step by step with determination. When he arrived in front of the sealed door, Naruto raised his head and showed his natural buff, a super sunny smile. It's nonsense that the Nine Tails is a demon fox, a collection of dead people's resentment, and a collection of negative emotions. Naruto doesn't know the true identity of the Nine Tails. After the 10 tails split, it is the strongest tailed beast with the largest amount of chakra. No, you are not him. Kyuubi was a little panicked. In his heart, there was something that had long disappeared, and now it was slowly awakening. This emotion made Kyuubi a little scared. Yes, it was fear. He hadn't had this strange feeling for a long, long time. I am just me. Uzumaki Naruto is not who you think he is. We are partners. Kuroma, Naruto said. He raised his hand and placed it on the sealing talisman. Buzz. Just as Naruto was about to remove the seal and completely take over his own plug-in from this moment on, a translucent hand fell on Naruto's hand. The gentle feeling merged into Naruto's body. You are the fourth Hokage of Rock Face. Naruto turned around and saw a familiar face. Well, no one cares about my life, but now this guy wants to take away my golden finger. However, Naruto will not show it directly, but looks at the consciousness in front of him with a look of surprise. Ha ha ha, little guy, how did you get here? Namikaze Minato looked at Naruto's exaggerated expression and laughed. His son seemed to have some brainstem deficiency. Why, he looked so carefree. Sure enough, he looked more like Kushina. Fourth Hokage, why are you in my body? Could it be that I am really a fox demon as everyone in the village says? Lord Hokage, have you been eaten by me? Ying ying ying. As Naruto was talking, he started to cry. Are you kidding? I finally got to see my cheap dad. How could I not cry? Only a child who cries can eat milk well. What did you say? How could you be a fox demon? How could everyone in the village think you were a fox demon? Minato Namikaze was so smart that he noticed the problem immediately. His son's performance just now was obviously that of a sunny and cheerful boy. He also started to sob while talking. What happened? But everyone says I am a fox demon. The kids don't want to play with me. Adults hate me too. It is difficult for me to buy food in the village, and even if I do buy it, it is almost expired or spoiled. The price is still expensive, but I have to buy it, otherwise I will go hungry. Naruto lowered his eyes, as if he recalled something bad. At this time, Namikaze Minato also hardened. He clenched his fists tightly, and there was a little anger in his soft eyes. Why did his son encounter such a thing? Moreover, why did Naruto appear here? How much of this did he not know? Fortunately, this first consciousness was left here by him, not Kushina. Namikaze Minato could imagine how angry Kushina would be if she knew these things. Good boy, now you. Namikaze Minato wanted to say something, but when he opened his mouth, he found that he couldn't say anything. It was as if a huge rock was pressing down on his heart. Hokage, you haven't told me why you are in my body. Naruto wiped the tears from his face and spoke again. There was expectation in his eyes. Actually, you don't have to call me Hokage-sama. Because I am your father. Namikaze Minato took a deep breath and spoke slowly. What happened before could not be undone. Then, Namikaze Minato did not care about the previous preparations. Now, he was going to tell Naruto everything. Then, he would use the energy he left here to do his best to help Naruto grow. Dad, no, I am a little fox demon, my father. Naruto's smile suddenly disappeared. For a moment, Minato Namikaze also panicked. Good boy, I really am your father. I am also the fourth Hokage. You don't believe what the Hokage said. Namikaze Minato said in a panic, stretching out his hands to hug Naruto, but he couldn't hold him. He was a little afraid of scaring Naruto. My dad is the Hokage. Really? Then, can you tell me about your story? Also, why was I born without a father and a mother? Where's my mother? Naruto had so many questions. Even Kurama was dumbfounded. Was this the kid who was not afraid of him just now? His acting skills were really great, right? At this time, Kurama's mood had also calmed down. Although he didn't know why Naruto knew his information, he still chose to lie down and watch the father and son recognize each other. For the rest, we'll talk about it after Minato Namikaze leaves. Naruto, your mother's name is Uzumaki Kushina. She is a very beautiful and gentle mother. We met at the ninja school. Well, this cheap old father started talking directly from the time when dinosaurs lived. I don't know how much time has passed, Naruto's mental strength is a little weak. Namikaze Minato, this cheap old father, has not even talked about the Nine Tails Rebellion. Dad, I seem. Naruto was a little speechless. He came to find the Nine Tails. He originally thought that Minato Namikaze was different from Sarutobi Hiruzen. But this ability to speak is really a must for a leader. After a trance, Naruto disappeared here. Looking at this situation, Minato Namikaze also set his sights on the sealed 9 tails. Don't look at me. I didn't ask him to come here. This seal was set by you. Naturally you should know. The 9-tailed fox glanced at Minato Namikaze, said a few words, and then lay down and closed his eyes. Suddenly, I felt that this little guy was a little interesting. Chapter 11. The faint light of the early sun fell into the house. Naruto frowned slightly, then opened his eyes. This cheap dad. Naruto sat up tiredly, still feeling a little dizzy. There were no side effects after using the Mangekyo, but the system did not eliminate the side effects of overusing chakra and mental power. However, it was not without benefits. That is, mental power was greatly improved. It's time to go to school. Uzumaki Naruto got up, washed, changed his clothes, and walked out of the shabby apartment. He put on a sunny smile and walked towards the ninja school. Boom boom boom. Naruto was walking on the road when he was attracted by a vibration. He turned around and saw 2 big green skins rushing over quickly, passing by Naruto and disappearing from his sight. A cloud of dust was left behind. Ding, watch Rock Lee, a student of Konoha Ninja School, practice in the morning and learn Konoha fluid technique. Ding, watch Konoha's senior ninja Might Guy's morning exercise and comprehend the 8 gates of ninjutsu. As the 2 prompts sounded, more information began to appear in his mind. The information of various meridians and pulse gates all entered Naruto's mind. Of course, the information of Konoha's fluid technique also appeared and merged. This feeling is really good. Naruto exhaled comfortably, then simply moved his body. He ran at full speed. The Uzumaki clan's body is already very strong. Before, Naruto was affected by the 9 tails chakra, which not only affected the control and refinement of chakra, but also affected Naruto's practice of physical skills. Even his brain was affected. With the blessing of this heaven-defying enlightenment, Naruto is confident that he will soon have the ability to protect himself. Although he has mastered the Mangekyo and some basic ninjutsu, he still needs to be cautious. After arriving at the ninja school, Naruto stood alone at the school gate. Slowly, parents kept sending their children to school. After seeing Naruto, some of them pointed and talked. Of course, this is a school, and they didn't dare to attack Naruto at this time. Here, suddenly, a snack bag was handed to Naruto. A muffled voice followed. Choji. Naruto looked at the fat boy in front of him. He was one of the few children in the village who had never bullied Naruto. The children of these ninja families had good upbringing. It was also possible that their parents knew something and had told them something. Even though Naruto was a little naughty, such behavior was not a problem in the eyes of the children. Thank you. Naruto took out a potato chip and put it into his mouth and started eating it. Are you waiting for someone? Choji took back his snack, grabbed a piece and threw it into his mouth. Because, that was the last piece. Even if it was Naruto, he couldn't give him the last piece. Well, a new friend. He is a little bit arrogant, but he is still a very nice person. After Naruto finished speaking, he also saw Sasuke coming alone. Because Itachi and Fugaku had something to deal with, and Uchiha Makoto wanted to send him, but Sasuke refused. Because he was already a little adult after going to school. He didn't need his mother to send him to school. Sasuke. Naruto shouted. Sasuke, who had been walking towards him with a rather cold and handsome face, was suddenly stunned. His cold expression also melted. Naruto. Sasuke raised his hand and waved at Naruto. Then he trotted over. Hello, my name is Akamichi Choji, and I am also Naruto's friend. From now on, we can be friends, right? As Sasuke approached, Choji spoke naively. My name is Uchiha Sasuke. Sasuke also said with a smile. Several people, chatting and laughing, entered the school. At this time, not far away, several girls were a little unhappy. Why would Sasuke be friends with that annoying 9-tailed kid? And Choji. In the eyes of these little girls, Sasuke shouldn't play with these people. In the classroom, the teacher is still the gentle and mediocre Iruka. After distributing books at the beginning of the school, some arrangements for admission began. There are no classes today, just to let the children get familiar with the situation in the school. Iruka was also a little nervous. As the head teacher of this class, he needs to bear a lot of responsibilities. At this time, Iruka's eyes also fell on Naruto. Nine-tailed fox. Naruto is also a pain that is hard to erase for Iruka, because his family and relatives died in the Nine Tails Rebellion. How could I blame this on a child? What he bears may be more than what I bear. Iruka's mind was full of contradictions. In the end, his identity as a teacher still triumphed over hatred. Not to mention, with his personality, he couldn't do anything to embarrass a child. Of course, he didn't have the idea of taking the initiative to take care of Naruto. It was not until the afternoon. After school, Naruto walked out of the classroom. During this day, Naruto had learned all the knowledge in the books. With his super comprehension, he not only remembered all the knowledge, but also could deduce it in his mind, including the analysis of some special battles, as well as the basics of the ninja world. Naruto, your first day at school, are you used to it? Just as Naruto was thinking about something, Sasuke slowly spoke. It's a habit. It's a bit boring. This kind of learning atmosphere is not particularly good. Naruto complained. Good guy, he didn't expect to go to school after rebirth. Moreover, there is really no need to learn this knowledge now. It seems that he has to think of a way in the next period of time. That's right. Naruto suddenly thought of something, and his mood became cheerful. It seems like I will officially go to school tomorrow. I've already learned those. I really don't know why I have to learn it again. Sasuke also looked unhappy. Children, everything is shown on their faces. After walking for a while, the two separated. This kind of life lasted for a month. During this month, Naruto had already mastered the method of using his shadow clone to go to school and slacking off, the method of training. During this period, Naruto did not use the Mangekyo to get to the location of the Nine Tails. On the weekend, in the Uchiha training ground, two small figures were practicing. Father, Sasuke's taijutsu has improved greatly. But, Uchiha Itachi spoke calmly. Uchiha Fugaku was a little unhappy. Although he had accepted that Naruto was Sasuke's friend, he was still unwilling to admit that his son was worse than others. At this time, Sasuke had the upper hand. He had good strength and speed. Naruto seemed to be suppressed. But each of Sasuke's attacks did not cause any substantial damage to Naruto. On the contrary, Naruto constantly guided Sasuke to correct his shortcomings in the battle. In such a battle, Sasuke felt that he was fighting more and more smoothly. That kind of obvious improvement was not felt when fighting with his father or brother. Fire style. Great fireball technique. Sasuke leapt up at the moment Naruto blocked his attack. He quickly formed a seal with his hands and released fire style, great fireball at Naruto in the air. The fire snake spewed out of his mouth instantly turned into a huge fireball, covering Naruto. Boom! The moment the fireball fell, it exploded instantly. The terrifying air wave spread out in all directions. Sasuke, your fire escape technique is becoming more and more powerful. Moreover, it can be released in the air. Naruto's voice sounded on the other side of the training ground. At the same time, a series of air-breaking sounds followed. Bang! When Sasuke took out his shuriken and prepared to block Naruto's kunai, Naruto's fist appeared from behind him. The figure in the distance turned into nothingness and disappeared. The art of clone. I didn't expect you to master it so quickly. Puff! He turned around and took Naruto's punch. Sasuke, I think we need to make some changes here. If I had a weapon in my hand and attacked you just now, you would die. Although we are training now, we must also develop a combat awareness so that we can better face the enemy in the future. Naruto said concisely. Yes, I just subconsciously thought that we were training, which is contrary to the original intention of actual combat training. But you still can't beat me, Sasuke said arrogantly. Naruto nodded, and then madly gave Sasuke emotional value. Sasuke is actually very easy to coax. As long as he is given enough attention and recognition, this good seedling will not go astray. Uchiha Itachi's face in the distance became even uglier. After observing for this period of time, he has been able to confirm one thing. That is, Naruto is not as sunny and cheerful as he appears on the surface. Moreover, the strength shown by Naruto also made Uchiha Itachi very frightened. Sasuke's talent is good, and his training and improvement during this period are also good. But he is still led by Naruto to fight. In this case, what about Naruto's strength? At least, the battle just now is enough to defeat some ordinary genin. Dad, I have something to say. Go ahead, please bring this to Hokage-sama for me. Uchiha Fugaku said, taking out a scroll and placing it in Uchiha Itachi's hand. Got it. Uchiha Itachi nodded, and then disappeared in an instant. Uchiha Fugaku also left here, he still had some things to do. Uchiha Fugaku had almost investigated what Naruto told the two that day. Since he chose this path, there are naturally many things to prepare. Naruto naturally saw the two disappear. It seems that what he did has begun to take effect. Naruto, I always feel something is strange. Not just the battle just now, but also the battle with you before. I can suppress you, but I can't defeat you. Do you feel this way? Uchiha Sasuke looked thoughtful. No, I'm just lucky. Plus, Sasuke, you didn't take it seriously, so I wasn't defeated by you. Sasuke, you can now learn some other fire and lightning techniques. Then, refining chakra also requires more effort. Naruto said with a smile. I have to say that this mouth of the sky is quite effective. It's no problem to fool Sasuke. Naruto, you're not going back tonight, are you? Let's refine chakra together. Uchiha Sasuke looked at Uzumaki Naruto with some anticipation. Okay, Uzumaki Naruto nodded, and then went to take a shower with Uchiha Sasuke. After training, they were all sweaty. Inside the Hokage's office. You mean, Naruto is stronger than your brother? Sarutobi Hiruzen was a little surprised. Naruto was always under his surveillance. He knew everything he did, even what he ate at night and how many times he went to the toilet. Sasuke, as the youngest son of the Uchiha clan leader, must have good training, practice resources, and ninjutsu. Naruto was actually stronger than Uchiha Sasuke. Such information obviously surprised Sarutobi Hiruzen. Well, it's basically certain. However, there was nothing strange about his behavior, except that he hid his strength. Hokage, we should investigate if anyone is contacting him. By the way, this is something my father asked me to give you. After saying this, Uchiha Itachi took out the scroll and handed it to Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen was confused again. Uchiha Fugaku. Over the years, Uchiha Fugaku, due to his status as the clan leader and the invisible and intangible Uchiha glory, would never choose to admit defeat or give in. After reading the contents of the scroll, Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned. The information in it is too much. Moreover, Sarutobi Hiruzen is really tempted now. Over the years, the root organization has grown to a point where Sarutobi Hiruzen is a little afraid of it, with its development both overtly and covertly. Even though Danzo is so arrogant and has almost put his ambitions on the table, he is still enduring. Because once Shimura Danzo takes action, the consequences will be unbearable for him. But now, with the scroll brought by Uchiha Itachi, those things that we are worried about may change. Itachi, you did a great job this time. Your family has a meeting tonight, you should go and participate. I'll give you something, Sarutobi Hiruzen said, took out a new scroll and quickly wrote something on it. After writing, he gave the scroll to Uchiha Itachi. Okay, Uchiha Itachi's expression remained unchanged. After taking the scroll, he turned around and left. What happened next, no one knew. As if nothing had happened, Naruto and Sasuke's study and life continued normally. Time passed slowly, and the weather gradually cooled down. Soon it was the end of the semester. Yes, the ninja school also has end of semester. However, the end of the year is the time that Naruto dislikes the most. The cold weather means new demands for clothes and food. And he has always survived by resisting the cold and hunger. It is hard to imagine how a child of a few years old survived. In the shabby apartment, Naruto opened the door and saw Sasuke, who was wearing new clothes, standing at the door. There was also Uchiha Makoto, who was carrying a bunch of things. Naruto was startled. Naruto, it's cold outside. Why don't you invite us in and have something hot? Sasuke said with a smile, and then he went straight into the house without paying attention to the surprise on Naruto's face. Naruto, Auntie prepared some clothes and food for you. We won't eat instant noodles for lunch today. Auntie will cook for you. Uchiha Makoto handed a few bags to Naruto and followed him into the house. Naruto was touched. This touch was not fake. He also knew why Uchiha Makoto had feelings for him. It was because his mother, Uzumaki Kushina, was her good friend. Thank you, Auntie. Let me help you. Naruto put the new clothes bag aside and prepared to go into the kitchen. No, go talk to Sasuke. Auntie can do it herself. Uchiha Makoto smiled gently. Seeing this smile, Naruto's thoughts became more and more certain. What happened at the beginning was indeed like this. That's right, it was the death of his cheap father. At the beginning, although Namikaze Minato had become the fourth Hokage. However, the real power of the Hokage was actually still in the hands of the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen to a greater extent. This is why, even during the Nine Tails Rebellion, many ninjas chose to help Namikaze Minato, but did not see the reason for the Anbu. At that time, the Anbu were all protecting Sarutobi Hiruzen. And the reason why Sarutobi Hiruzen did not take action during the Nine Tails Rebellion was also related to this. He suspected that Namikaze Minato and the Uchiha clan had joined forces to use the Nine Tails Rebellion as an excuse to pull him down. Power had made Sarutobi Hiruzen lose the ability to think normally at that time. He even forgot how could Namikaze Minato use his wife's life to plot against him. So a famous scene in Konoha appeared. The fourth Hokage sacrificed himself to protect the village, and the third Hokage watched the show and smoked on the side. One of the reasons was that Namikaze Minato and Uchiha were too close. Like Sarutobi Hiruzen's suspicious character, with the seeds of doubt, when the Nine Tails appeared, it had grown into a towering tree. In the room, Naruto and Sasuke talked about the next training plan. The two little ones didn't want to play like their peers. In the eyes of the two, improving their strength is the most important thing to do. They agreed together that they would become ninjas standing at the top of the ninja world in the future. Okay, go wash your hands and eat. Sasuke, you can stay tonight and sleep at Naruto's place. Tomorrow, remember to bring Naruto home for dinner. After Uchiha Makoto served the food on the table, she still smiled and said, "Good mother. Okay, got it, Auntie." The two kids quickly went to wash up, and outside the dilapidated apartment, the Anbu were nervous. They were constantly sensing the changes in the house. Uchiha Makoto's arrival made them a little uneasy. At this time, in the underground root organization headquarters, Master Danzo, we are being stopped by the Anbu. A root member knelt on one knee in front of Danzo and told him the problem they were facing. Anbu, we just want to take action against Uchiha, and we don't want to cause trouble for that brat. What does the third generation want to do? Danzo's face was full of confusion. Because this was no longer a report from an Anbu member. The third generation. Danzo's expression became very ugly. Because he had realized something. Let all root organization members complete their tasks and return to the organization. Then, the previously arranged mission can also be carried out. After Danzo finished speaking, he took out a box and left here with it. Sandaime Hokage-sama. A deep voice sounded. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Shimura Danzo in front of him. What did this guy want to do by coming here at this time? According to his arrangement, with Danzo's strength, he must have understood the problem now. Come here at this time. Admit defeat. Danzo, you. Sarutobi Hiruzen was about to say something. Danzo placed the box in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen was speechless and stretched out his hand to open the box. Inside, there was a pair of eyes. Scarlet eyeballs with 3 Magatama circling the center of the pupil. The 3 Magatama Sharingan. Looking at this thing, Sarutobi Hiruzen's face became solemn. Sandaime Hokage, I think you won't forget it, right? Now, are you going to break your promise? Shimura Danzo smiled. Want to completely cut off the connection with him? Sarutobi Hiruzen forgot. If a tree leaves its roots, there will only be one result, death. The Uchiha clan's plan was abandoned. Also, your organization's membership will be reduced by half. So, impossible, you can't get away. Shimura Danzo didn't take the box with him. After interrupting Sarutobi Hiruzen, he turned around and disappeared. This negotiation collapsed. Hokage, do you want? Need not. Go contact Asuma and tell him that the training is over. Sarutobi Hiruzen said, and continued to handle Konoha's official business. The Anbu left here. Naruto was not aware of the shock of the Konoha high-level officials. In his opinion, Konoha's surveillance of him was still there. With his super strong perception, he could tell that there were at least a dozen people outside watching his residence. Naruto, I found something. I might be a genius. Sasuke suddenly came in front of Naruto and said mysteriously. Yes, you are a genius. At this time, Naruto was still thinking about how to face the Konoha high-level officials next. If he followed the original work, it would be too slow. He would have to wait until Orochimaru carried out the Konoha collapse plan before he could be truly free. Obviously, he couldn't wait that long. Not to mention, Konoha's problem was just a foundation. Next, there were more crises that he needed to deal with. Look, sizzle. Sasuke raised his hand, and a ball of lightning appeared in his hand. Wow, that's amazing. No seal technique. Naruto was about to seriously perfunctory Sasuke, but the next moment he was stunned. Ding! Observe Uchiha Sasuke's lightning release, comprehend the lightning attribute chakra, comprehend the lightning release thunder. While Naruto was stunned, the system's prompt sound also sounded. In Naruto's memory, Sasuke mastered lightning release after he graduated and became a genin. 6 years later, under the guidance of Hatake Kakashi, he mastered lightning release, Chidori. At this time, the lightning jumping in Sasuke's hand obviously mastered the attribute changes of lightning release. Sasuke, how old is he? Less than 6 years old. It seems that his training with Sasuke has led to some special changes. Unprinted lightning release. I haven't decided yet, what should I call this thunder escape? However, I can't inject too much chakra now, otherwise I will get hurt. Naruto, do you have any suggestions? Although you are just a big fool, I still believe that you can give me good advice. Sasuke said proudly. It must be said that Sasuke has begun to evolve into a tsundere now. Any suggestions? Naruto really thought about it this time. Ding! The host seriously thinks about the information about lightning release and comprehends lightning release, Chidori flow. Ding! The host is seriously thinking about the development of lightning release, and comprehending lightning release thunder god body. Regarding lightning release, the most profound memory in Naruto is Chidori style and the Thunder Shadow's lightning armor. Just as he was thinking, the system prompt sounded. This incomprehension ability is really strong. Sasuke, I think that if you want to develop lightning release, the first thing you need to do is to make yourself strong enough to master it. Quote, the fastest way to do this is to practice lightning immunity. Lightning release immunity training. What is this? Sasuke looked cute, tilting his head and looking at Naruto curiously. Naruto is obviously a big idiot, why can't he understand what this guy said? Sasuke was a little confused. It is this, sizzle. As Naruto spoke, a ball of lightning appeared in his hand and landed directly on Sasuke's hand. Because the lightning in the hands of the two people entangled with each other at the first moment of contact, a chain reaction was instantly triggered. The next moment, Sasuke and Naruto both screamed together. Their bodies also began to tremble. Bang! Uchiha Makoto pushed the door open immediately. The two little ones had separated. However, both of them were now emitting black smoke, and their hair was standing on end. There was even residual electricity pulsating. Sasuke, Naruto. Uchiha Makoto rushed to the two of them and picked them up. They quickly went to the hospital. Fortunately, both of them had strong physiques. That level of lightning escape could only knock them out. Even Naruto woke up after being unconscious for a moment. Of course, Naruto couldn't wake up directly, and he still had to go to the hospital. In the hospital ward, Sasuke regained consciousness after a simple treatment by the medical ninja. He subconsciously looked at the bed next to him, looked at Naruto who still had his eyes closed, and grinned. The nature of children is always so pure and simple. Are you laughing at me? After sensing that Sasuke had woken up, Naruto opened his eyes and spoke seriously. No, I just feel like I've been infected by your stupidity. But what you said seems to be true. Sasuke said, raising his hand. A ball of lightning appeared again. However, after just one electric current attack, the electric current controlled by Sasuke now has become a bit stronger. And you call me stupid? Sasuke, if it weren't for me, would you be able to find such a way of practice? By the way, there are still many things we need to learn about lightning escape. Recently, you can ask your brother or father to teach you. Then, you teach me, Naruto said cheerfully. But, if we continue to practice in this way, will we keep running to the hospital? However, if I can continue to improve like this, it seems that it is okay. Sasuke smiled innocently. Indeed, this is just a one-time improvement. Next, continue to practice like this. Sasuke felt that he would definitely be able to graduate early. Although it is not a war period now, it is generally not possible to graduate early. However, if a student is good enough, he can also apply. Why don't we learn some medical ninjutsu? I will be responsible for learning these, and you will be responsible for learning thunder escape. Then, we just need to cooperate, Naruto said with a smile. Sasuke was stunned when he heard it. He always felt that there was something wrong with what Naruto said. But, it seemed to make sense. How about, try it now? Sasuke said, and dropped the lightning in his hand directly on his chest. Sizzle. With the nourishment of lightning, Sasuke successfully fainted again. Naruto was speechless looking at Sasuke like this. What a good guy, he is so cruel to himself. Naruto slowly got up and walked to Sasuke's bed. That's right, Naruto no longer needs to learn this medical ninjutsu. When the medical ninja was treating Sasuke and him just now, Naruto had already comprehended the medical ninjutsu gift package. Some basic medical ninjutsu can be completed with his current chakra control and chakra amount. He stretched out his hand, and a ball of green light lit up in his hand. Sasuke's breathing gradually became smooth. After more than 10 minutes, Sasuke's eyelids twitched, and then he slowly opened his eyes. Naruto, I was unconscious for about 20 minutes. Well, it seems that the method I mentioned is feasible. Through such stimulation, Sasuke, you will be able to fully master the changes in the attributes of lightning escape sooner or later. At that time, you can develop the most suitable fighting method for you through your understanding of lightning escape. I seem to have seen a genius who is going to become a super strong man. The celebrity gave a thumbs up. The overflowing words were completely free of charge and were quickly output. Sasuke, who was already a little proud, was even more proud now. The best that was rising was probably not suppressed by Shinra Tensei. Well, I'm not as good as you say. Oh, Naruto, we have recovered now, can we go back now? Sasuke asked curiously. He didn't like the hospital environment. Moreover, if the medical ninjas in the hospital saw this experiment, they would definitely tell his mother. Then, he would be scolded. Let's take a break and go back. Naruto nodded and went back to his bed. More than an hour later, the two got out of bed and found Uchiha Makoto who was waiting outside. After repeatedly promising that he was really fine, Uchiha Makoto took Naruto out of the hospital. Because the two had just been discharged from the hospital, Uchiha Makoto did not allow Naruto to go back to the shabby apartment by himself. She directly took Naruto back to the Uchiha clan land by force. In Sasuke's room, Mom is making too much fuss. We are fine now, but they still won't let us go to the training ground. Sasuke pouted and complained. Naruto didn't say anything. It seemed that as Sasuke's strength improved, his puberty also came earlier. Sasuke, refine the chakra. After having a sufficient body, you also need sufficient chakra support. Moreover, we can practice even in the house, Naruto said, and sat down cross-legged. He began to refine chakra. Sasuke saw Naruto began to refine chakra, and sat down as well. The two were in a state of chasing each other. Although Sasuke always called Naruto a fool, he absolutely recognized Naruto. The time of practice always passed quickly. The next morning, click, Naruto and Sasuke stretched their bodies. They smiled at each other. Obviously, the training they had done all night had a good effect. Fortunately, Sasuke had declared himself a little adult after entering the school. Therefore, Naruto did not have to cooperate with Sasuke in playing. The two walked out of the room, prepared to wash up, and then went to the training ground for physical training. Elder brother, Brother Itachi, As soon as the two of them walked out of the room, they saw Uchiha Itachi sitting on the fence outside. Go wash up, have breakfast and then come to the training ground. Today, I have no mission, so I can guide your practice. Uchiha Itachi said with a smile. His gentle appearance made it difficult for Naruto to associate Uchiha Itachi with the guy who wanted to exterminate the clan. At this moment, Uchiha Itachi's change corresponded to Sarutobi Hiruzen's attitude. It seems that the seeds planted before have begun to sprout. Okay, brother, The two children responded and went to wash up. After breakfast, they quickly came to the training ground. There is no saying in the ninja world that you can't exercise after eating. Their physical strength is not comparable to that of ordinary people. Their digestive ability is naturally strong. In the training ground, brother, what are you going to teach me today? Sasuke was a little excited. What he liked and expected the most before was that his brother could accompany him in training. Later, when Naruto trained with him, he gradually faded this special dependence. Of course, being able to train with Uchiha Itachi, Sasuke was still very happy. No new things to teach today. Today, let's see your actual combat. You and Naruto, attack me together. After the actual combat training, I will help you point out the problems in the battle. Uchiha Itachi said, and just stood there. It's really invisible pretense, the most deadly. Sasuke was stunned for a moment, then looked at Naruto. Naruto nodded. He took out a practice kunai. Sasuke also took out the shuriken and moved quickly to the left. The shuriken made a sound of breaking through the air and attacked Uchiha Itachi. Ding ding ding. Uchiha Itachi raised his hand and used kunai to block all the shurikens. There was a hint of surprise in his eyes. It was only one semester, but Sasuke's power and angle in throwing shurikens had greatly improved. As he blocked the shurikens, Naruto's attack came. Konoha fluid technique, coupled with the kunai in his hand, continued to attack. Sasuke moved quickly and interfered not far away. Fire style. Great fireball technique. Just when Naruto was repelled by Uchiha Itachi, Sasuke's fire style had already attacked. Wind style. Great breakthrough. Naruto, who was retreating, also released wind style. The moment the wind style came into contact with the fire style, the fireball, which was already not small, instantly became larger. Boom. A terrifying explosion sounded. However, Sasuke and Naruto did not stop at this time, but both opened their hands. A lightning bolt appeared in their hands. As the lightning connected together. Lightning release. Thunderstorm chain. The two of them quickly rushed towards the center of the explosion. As they moved forward, the lightning between them became stronger. At this moment, Naruto felt the stinging pain in his palm, thinking to himself that it was not good. He felt the stinging pain, so what about Sasuke? Laugh. Just when Naruto was thinking about whether to expose his power and cut off the lightning, a slash fell. Uchiha Itachi appeared between the two, and the short sword in his hand instantly cut off the lightning. At the same time, the short sword directly became a conductive point, attracting the lightning in the hands of the two. The short sword was inserted into the ground, directing all the current away. Even Uchiha Itachi, at this time, stood up and looked at the two with admiration. But soon turned into a serious look. Sasuke, Naruto. How long have you mastered this lightning release? Uchiha Itachi asked seriously. This kind of cooperation must have been practiced for at least several months, right? But why haven't we seen the two of them use lightning release or practice it before? 2 days. Sasuke shook his hands, a look of fear on his face. If Uchiha Itachi had acted a little later, he would have suffered a great backlash. 2 days, I said. What? Itachi Uchiha was stunned. He wondered if he had heard it wrong. 2 days. In 2 days, he probably couldn't even master the lightning release, right? Well, I just told Naruto that I mastered the lightning release when I was at Naruto's house the day before yesterday. Then, Sasuke simply told what happened. After listening to Sasuke's words, Uchiha Itachi still couldn't accept such a thing. This situation has somewhat overturned his cognition. His brother, and Naruto. When did they become so abnormal? Whether it's talent or actual combat. It can't be all of them, right? Sasuke, you performed well in today's practical training. The only problem is that I used a ninjutsu without being sure whether it could be performed. I need to be more careful next time. Take a shower and then do your daily training. My father asked me to go find him. Uchiha Itachi said, and disappeared instantly. Naruto walked to Sasuke and took his hand. A ball of green chakra lit up. The wound on Sasuke's body quickly disappeared. In Uchiha Fugaku's study. 2 days. Uchiha Fugaku put down the scroll in his hand and stood up suddenly. He knew that Sasuke had the chakra of lightning release. The reason why he chose to teach Sasuke to use fire release first was because fire release was easier to control than lightning release. After Sasuke mastered some fire release, Uchiha Fugaku was ready to give Sasuke some lightning release ninjutsu to practice. But now, he didn't have time to do these things at all. Sasuke himself comprehended the lightning release ninjutsu. Moreover, Naruto also mastered it. The two little guys actually mastered the lightning release ninjutsu in 2 days, and they can even use it in actual combat training. This impact is not small. Moreover, Sasuke's talent has been revealed, which makes Uchiha Fugaku more certain about what he was going to do before. If the Uchiha clan continues to stick to their own opinions, by then, there may really be big problems. Not only for the family, but also for his 2 genius sons. Uchiha Fugaku will not continue to be stubborn. Father, I think we can try to increase Sasuke's trust. Can you give him a lightning ninjutsu first? Uchiha Itachi asked directly. The lightning ninjutsu that Sasuke had comprehended by himself must have many imperfections. If he wanted Sasuke to continue to stimulate his talent, he would need to feed him more perfect ninjutsu. As for Naruto, they didn't have to worry about it. Sasuke would share those things with Naruto. The relationship between the two was now closer than before. Fugaku and Itachi were very happy that Sasuke had such a good friend. Okay, you go do this. Recently, I have received feedback. Next, we need to convince those people. This matter also needs to be handed over to you. This mission, you go. You choose the personnel. Uchiha Fugaku said, and handed a task scroll to Uchiha Itachi. I know my father. I'll go register first. Uchiha Itachi took the scroll and left the room in an instant. Uchiha Fugaku took out a piece of information. Danzo, do you think you have mastered those ninjas? Keep being arrogant, you don't have much time left. Uchiha Fugaku put away the information, stood up and left the study. As the clan leader, there are still many things to do. In the next few days, after Sasuke got the new ninjutsu, he began to practice. The lightning escape provided by Uchiha Fugaku to Sasuke is sea-level lightning escape lightning star. It can create lightning like a meteor and release it from your hands. It is a range attack. After contacting the lightning star, it will explode instantly, causing temporary paralysis to the opponent. The reason for choosing this sea-level lightning escape is that this ninjutsu requires a lot of control over chakra. If you are not careful, it will explode in your hands. It will affect the caster. Lightning style, Thunder Star. In the training ground, Sasuke released the lightning style, Thunder Star towards Naruto. Lightning balls the size of fingers scattered towards Naruto. The range was really large. If you couldn't predict it in advance, it would be difficult to dodge. Lightning release, Thunder. Naruto did not dodge, but opened his hands, and instantly a series of lightning threads appeared in his hands. A burst of thunder sounded, and these lightning threads, not lace, attacked the lightning ball. The moment they came into contact, they exploded directly in the space between the two people. Wow, what kind of ninjutsu is this? Sasuke ran to Naruto excitedly, his face full of excitement. Lightning release, Thunder. This is also a no-seal ninjutsu, but we still have to seal it when we release it. Naruto whispered in Sasuke's ear. Why? If it is a non-seal ninjutsu, then isn't it necessary to seal it? Sasuke tilted his head, with a lot of doubts in his little mind. You think, if we usually show that we need to seal. When the real battle came, he suddenly released the ninjutsu without any seal. Will there be any special effects? Naruto said with a smile. After hearing the explanation, Sasuke seemed to have some new knowledge in his mind. A special door opened to him. I see. This will definitely have a better effect. Yes, it seems a little bad. Sasuke said with a smile. The two chatted for a while and left the training ground. The winter vacation is less than half a month away. The next week is the time for the daimyo to give speeches and send blessings. The Uchiha clan also started to get busy at this time. That night, in the Uchiha clan meeting room. On the left, the radicals. On the right, the conservatives. Uchiha Itachi, who also participated in this family meeting, stood next to Uchiha Fugaku. The reason why I asked everyone to come here today is because there is a special mission that we Uchiha need to do. Uchiha Fugaku went straight to the point and pointed out the focus of this meeting. Task: another mission. We are members of the security department, and our job is to protect the stability of the village. Why go on a mission? No. As a member of the radical faction, Uchiha Hawazawa raised objections at the first time. His reaction was not radical. Instead, every time there was such a mission, the Uchiha ninjas would suffer great losses. It would be nice to have great losses, but they would bear the losses and have nothing to do with the honor. Even a fool would know that such a thing should not be done. The village assigned us tasks, which is a sign of trust in us. Changs, you're over it. Uchiha No shook his head and expressed his opinion. Conservatives. As long as the village still needs them, they shouldn't do anything radical. Instead, they use missions and achievements to prove themselves. Humph, then you guys go for this mission. We stay to protect the stability of the village. The radical Uchiha Natsumi said disdainfully. They all said nice things, but when they went out to fight, these fools were making excuses. Didn't you say you agreed? Then go ahead. For a moment, the argument between the two sides broke out instantly. Every time there was a meeting, Uchiha Fugaku would usually wait until the two factions were tired of arguing before he would continue to speak. He would make a judgment that he thought was good. It was because of this that the Uchiha clan was in such an embarrassing situation. The clan leader had no position, so it was difficult to judge. The mission of escorting the daimyo. Suddenly, Uchiha Fugaku's voice rang out. Although it was not loud, it instantly silenced the conservatives and radicals present. Just one sentence, everyone's eyes fell on Uchiha Fugaku. Patriarch, you. Uchiha Nagase opened his mouth tremblingly, but couldn't continue. Bang! Uchiha Naze thought for a moment, then jumped up and punched the conservative Uchiha Nozomi. Uchiha Nozomi, what are you going to do? Uchiha Nozomi was hit hard and subconsciously wanted to take action. Are you in pain? Uchiha Nozomi's sudden concern startled Uchiha Nozomi. Pain, subconsciously, I gave the answer. Ha ha ha, it's not a dream. Natsumi, did you hear that? That's a daimyo escort mission. Uchiha Nagase looked crazy and laughed out loud. If you want to prove it, just stab yourself twice. Are you sick? Why are you hitting me? Uchiha Nano's face was full of dissatisfaction. But after yelling, he still set his eyes on Uchiha Fugaku. Because he really wanted to know the authenticity of this news. Others also thought so. Well, I have already received the task for this matter. Uchiha Fugaku raised his hand and showed the task scroll. With this task scroll, everyone calmed down. Chief, Changs is willing to accept the mission. Moreover, we have always been the ones to do this kind of outing mission. This time, we will also complete the mission like before. Uchiha Nagase immediately stood up and applied to carry out the mission. This is to escort the daimyo. A large amount of the village's expenditure every year is provided by the Land of Fire. There is basically no danger in escorting the daimyo. You know, if you attack the daimyo of a country, it will directly start a war. Even the top leaders in Konoha will not make trouble on the mission of escorting the daimyo. Therefore, this is a mission to earn fame for nothing. In previous years, this mission was carried out by the top leaders of Konoha. How could it be their turn as Uchiha? You have performed too many tasks before, let us take over this task. It can also reduce some of your burden, Uchibono said with a smile. This kind of mission, no matter who goes, is a great honor. Even as a representative of the conservatives, Uchibono was a little excited. Killing me. Normally you don't even want to lead a patrol, so what does this mission have to do with you? Patriarch, well, no matter what the situation is, the Uchiha clan's family meeting will eventually turn into a quarrel between radicals and conservatives. Alright, this time, Uchiha Itachi led the team. Itachi also selects the team members. Finally, Uchiha Fugaku spoke up and ended the verbal battle between the two sides. At this time, everyone's eyes fell on Uchiha Itachi. As a member of the Uchiha clan, the captain of Konoha Anbu. Before, Uchiha Fugaku held a family meeting when Uchiha Itachi became the captain. He used Uchiha Itachi's identity to appease the radicals. For the Uchiha who always respected physics, many people still favored Uchiha Itachi. Because he is strong. For this mission, I need the strongest teammates. So, Nagasawa, Natsumi, Roy, Linmu. Uchiha Itachi began to name names. Not surprisingly, the people he named were all radical members of the Uchiha clan. This made the conservatives somewhat dissatisfied. Itachi, we want to know, do you look down on us? Uchiha Yan spoke. He is Uchiha No's younger brother and one of the elders of the family. He is already over 40 years old. They are all representatives of the conservatives and the strongest conservatives. Because they control half of the ninjas in the family, they all want to maintain the current comfortable and stable life. Now, Uchiha Itachi's actions have already slapped them hard in the face. Elder Yan, if you can defeat any of the people I just mentioned, then I will give this mission to you. Uchiha Itachi had a calm face and did not show any emotion because of the other party's words. Uchiha Yan raised his hand and wanted to say something. But, could he win? Because, just when Uchiha Itachi said that, the radical guys were already staring at him like hunters. This is the glory of our Uchiha. No matter who goes there, it will be fine. We will follow the decision of the clan leader. Uchiha No spoke quickly. After having his elder brother step, Uchiha Yan snorted coldly, waved his hand and sat in his seat. The final list was determined. The captain of the escort team, Uchiha Itachi. The members of the escort team, Uchiha Nagase, Uchiha Linmu, Uchiha Roy, Uchiha Natsumi, Uchiha Linmu, Uchiha Kota, Uchiha Kai, Uchiha Hiei, Uchiha Gu. There were 10 people in the team. After the meeting, 9 people stayed. Everyone, I hope you will remember what I am going to say next. Uchiha Itachi spoke slowly. Itachi, no, I should call you captain now. Escort mission, actually, very dangerous. Before Uchiha Hayes finished speaking, Uchiha Itachi interrupted him with 3 words. Danger. For a moment, not only Uchiha Hawa, but everyone else had a puzzled look on their faces. The second meeting lasted only half an hour. When the 8 people left here, their faces were a little solemn. Father, after this, the relationship between the family and the top management will be much better. At least, I will stand with the Hokage. Therefore, in the next few days, you have a lot to do. Itachi Uchiha looked at Fugaku Uchiha. At this time, Fugaku's face was slightly relaxed. You don't have to worry about the things in the village. Go get ready. Uchiha Fugaku spoke confidently. Uchiha Itachi nodded and left. Unlike the stable situation within the Uchiha clan, the root organization looked a little chaotic. Because Danzo was going crazy. How dare this old man Sarutobi Hiruzen? Originally, he was no longer the Hokage, but he was so shameless as to continue to be the Hokage, and now he is colluding with the Uchiha. Ah! Shimura Danzo roared. In addition to venting his dissatisfaction with Sarutobi Hiruzen, it was also because of the pain in his arm. The transplant of Hashirama's cells plus Sharingan put a lot of pressure on the body. The pain in the body, coupled with the various misfortunes during this period. Shimura Danzo's only eye exposed trembled, as if it was about to spit out flames. Obviously, Shimura Danzo was not going to let Sarutobi Hiruzen go and let his plan proceed normally. Once the Uchiha clan's reputation in the village changed and gained enough prestige, they would become his biggest threat. So, after thinking of some things, Danzo also began to prepare. 3 days later, Naruto, don't, Sasuke was shaking as he tried to slowly raise his hands. However, because of the baptism of lightning, he couldn't say anything completely. Finally, the thunder ended. Sasuke's body fell heavily to the ground. Compared with before, it was much better. Now Uchiha Sasuke is still conscious. Naruto, I didn't faint this time. Although Sasuke felt a stinging pain in his body, he still managed to force a smile. He couldn't remember how many times he had been electrocuted. This was the first time he didn't lose consciousness, which was a big improvement. Sasuke, the lightning release you can now release should be stronger. The spring festival is coming soon. After we start school, we can start applying for grade skipping. By the way, how are you doing with that knowledge? Naruto said as he treated Sasuke. I have learned almost everything, so I will have no problem passing the exam. Naruto, if we skip a grade, can we graduate early? Sasuke was a little excited. Graduating early. This is the most direct way to prove that he is a genius. Graduating early, for sure. But, Sasuke, do you have any other ideas? Naruto suddenly spoke seriously. Any other ideas? I want to graduate early with you, Naruto, and it would be best if we could train under the guidance of the same Jonin. If possible, I hope that this guiding Jonin is my brother. Sasuke thought about it and said his idea. Hearing this, Naruto smiled helplessly. Sure enough, Sasuke is worthy of being an Uchiha. This thinking is always around himself, with himself as the main thing. Even if he became friends with Naruto and got along with him for so long. But, the thinking mode is still shifting towards the direction of Uchiha. Sasuke, have you ever thought about becoming friends with other people? Naruto didn't beat around the bush and spoke directly. One of the reasons why the Uchiha's position in Konoha became awkward was that their relationship with other families was not very good. In fact, it could even be said to be bad. Think about it, which family would like to be friends with someone who is always arrogant? Even in the original work, everyone's attitude towards Sasuke was not as enthusiastic as towards Naruto. It was more of a village friendship. Become friends with other people. You mean, Choji and the others? But aren't we friends now? Sasuke was even more puzzled. Well, talking to Sasuke, who is less than 6 years old, is indeed a bit embarrassing for the child. They are friends, so let's go and play with them these 2 days. Naruto affirmed Sasuke's words and made a suggestion. From the children's getting along, guide the union between families. In fact, this effect is the best. None of the families that can exist until now are stupid. As long as the Uchiha begins to be valued by the village, it will be very good to have a partner like the Uchiha. The ninjas of the Uchiha family have some highly unified things. First of all, the Uchiha ninjas have very strong strength. Secondly, the Uchiha ninjas will never abandon their companions. Finally, the fire of the Hokage symbolizes the Uchiha. Okay, however, if we go to play with them, will it affect our practice? Sasuke was originally very happy. However, if going out to play would affect his practice, he was still a little hesitant. Wouldn't it be nice to play some spiritual practice games? Besides, we've already said that they are friends. Don't you want to become stronger with them so that you can go with them on missions in the future? Just think about it, you will be the captain of our group and lead us to sweep across the ninja world. Naruto began to target Sasuke. Sasuke was a little fooled at first, but when he heard Naruto's last beautiful description, his eyes lit up instantly. He even almost activated his Sharingan. Good, I decided that since I considered them my friends, I should give them a call. Let them also get stronger bodies, Sasuke said seriously. Hearing this, Naruto's mouth twitched. In his heart, he couldn't help but mourn for the other little ones. Sasuke's current lightning escape is very painful. Sasuke, Naruto, it's time to eat. At this moment, Uchiha Makoto's voice came from outside the house. Coming. Okay. At night, Sasuke had developed a habit of sleeping to refine his chakra. He was sitting and refining his chakra. Looking at Sasuke who had entered the full state, Naruto's eyes turned into a kaleidoscope. He slowly closed his eyes. The surrounding environment changed rapidly. He came to the place where the Nine Tails was imprisoned in the body. I've already told you that I've already removed the seal for you, why don't you come out? Seeing the talisman being pasted again, Naruto looked helpless. This Kurama is really a super stubborn guy. When there was a seal before, he always tried every means to break the seal. But later, when Naruto came to see Minato Namikaze and remove the seal, this guy didn't come out. He said that Naruto just wanted his body and didn't treat him as a partner at all. Who would have thought that this simple Kurama would have such an idea? Don't go out, don't go out. No matter what you say, I won't go out. Get lost, Don't disturb my sleep. Hearing Naruto's words, Kyuubi's face was full of disgust and impatience. This little thing, it said nicely that it wanted to remove his seal, but in fact it wanted to devour his chakra. Last time he took a step forward, he clearly felt that Naruto was absorbing his chakra. How could he tolerate this? Who is he? But Kyuubi, how could he give Naruto chakra for no reason? Therefore, he made such a decision, sealed himself up, and never went out. Seeing the nine tails like this, Naruto was also a little helpless. Ding! Observe the nine tails chakra and comprehend the chakra origin convergence technique. The system's prompt sound also sounded at this time. Chakra origin gathering technique. Automatically gather and absorb chakra origin. The introduction is very simple, but Naruto knows what chakra origin is. You know, there was no such thing as chakra in this world. The chakra of this world was brought after the advent of Kagaya Otsutsuki. The chakra god tree extracted the energy of the world, and then grew into the 10 tails, and then the concept of chakra came into being. And this so-called chakra origin is actually the origin of this world. Just like the tailed beasts, even after being killed, they will be resurrected again in a corner of this world because of their own characteristics. Because they are originally part of the origin of this world. So, with such a technique, Naruto is now equivalent to having a special fairy technique. In addition to the original chakra in his body, he also has another power bank. Sure enough, with his own incomprehension, plus the identity of the chosen son. This time, the road he has to go will definitely be longer and farther. Never mind, it's up to you, Dad. Naruto waved his hand and stopped looking at the nine tails. He turned around and shouted. As the voice fell, Minato Namikaze appeared again. However, this time Minato Namikaze's body became more ethereal. It seems that every time Minato Namikaze appears, he consumes a lot of energy. When the energy he left in Naruto's body is used up, it is estimated that he will not be able to see Minato Namikaze again. Naruto is still very satisfied with this cheap dad. Ding! The host begins to think about the soul and comprehends the soul control technique. Naruto was stunned when he heard this hint. Soul control. After a quick look, Naruto was delighted. The smile on his lips also rose. Naruto, this may be the last time I come to see you. So this time, I have a lot of things to tell you, you must. Minato Namikaze originally wanted to explain some things. Especially what Kushina told him to stay away from teacher Jiraiya. But suddenly, a stream of energy poured into his body. The soul that was about to dissipate was now slowly becoming solid. Minato Namikaze's perception was so strong that he immediately discovered that the source of this energy was his son Uzumaki Naruto. But when did Naruto master such an ability? Or was he absorbing Naruto's soul? Thinking of this, Minato Namikaze panicked. He wanted to stop the injection of energy, but found that he couldn't do it at all. A few minutes later, Naruto's body was shaking a little. Dad, what did you want to say just now? Naruto raised his head and showed a sunny smile. Seeing Naruto like this, Minato Namikaze felt even more guilty. Naruto, this brat, obviously said this on purpose. It was obviously him who gave Minato Namikaze energy, but now he didn't say a word. This kid, I just said that I will teach you, Naruto, everything that my father knows. Yeah, you have great talent. I have almost learned the sealing technique. Then, let's start learning another technique. After saying this, Namikaze Minato raised his hand. In his hand, a special kunai appeared. This, Flying Thunder God technique. This technique, Namikaze Minato began to tell Naruto some key points about Flying Thunder God. In addition to knowing this technique, you also need to have a strong body and sufficient chakra. Because Naruto just used soul control, his chakra is not enough. He tried several times, but failed. Naruto, you have basically mastered it now, but you need practice. Your chakra is insufficient now. Take a rest before continuing to practice. After you can complete the first space teleportation, you can. Kuroma, give me some chakra. Just as Minato Namikaze was persuading Naruto to take a break. With insufficient chakra, it was obviously not a good choice to continue training. But Naruto suddenly turned around and spoke to the Nine Tails. Clam, just because you said you would give it to me, I will give it to you. Wouldn't that make me lose face? I tell you, today, even if I can never get out of this cage, even if I die of old age in this seal, I won't give you even a little bit of chakra. You just rustle. Just as the nine tails was roaring, Naruto tore off the sealing talisman. At the same time, a large number of chains appeared around. The target of the golden chains was naturally the nine tails. In just a moment, the golden chains locked up the nine tails. At the same time, a figure passed by Minato Namikaze and Naruto. He rushed to the nine tails, raised his fist and smashed it. The nine tails groaned when the punch landed. What did you just say? The woman standing on the head of the nine-tailed fox, with her hair fluttering like octopus tentacles, spoke softly. The nine-tailed fox, who had refused to obey the previous moment, was a little scared at this time. This breath was too familiar to him. Even though several years had passed, he still felt a little scared when he saw the fluttering hair. Is it Mom? At this moment, a timid voice sounded. The woman who was originally angry suddenly had her hair fall down. She turned around with a loving smile, and even seemed to be glowing. She quickly rushed to Naruto and hugged Naruto in her arms. Naruto is no longer the idiot who thinks his mother is the real body of the nine tails. That's right, the person who appeared here is Naruto's mother, Uzumaki Kushina. After being hugged, Naruto found that there was an extra chakra in his body. The originally dry body was instantly filled. Through the long red hair, he saw the nine tails not far away. At this time, the nine tails was no longer arrogant. He was not afraid of being locked up, but being beaten by Kushina. He panicked. How old are you now, kid? Did you eat well? Also, let me tell you, if an uncle named Jiraiya comes to you, you must not learn from him. By the way, how did you get here, and how did you find your mother just now? Uzumaki Naruto did not interrupt Uzumaki Kushina. At this time, what a mother wants to do is to make up for the debt and love she has owed to her over the years. Or, she just wants to know whether her son has a happy life. What Uzumaki Naruto has to do is to answer Uzumaki Kushina's words and give some comfort and explanation. After a long time, Naruto, did you do this? Uzumaki Kushina raised her hand and looked at the almost tangible soul body, and said with some doubt. Because of my time with my father, I discovered that the energy of his soul consciousness was slowly dissipating. So, I started to study about the soul. I had a dream once, and I dreamt about this technique, soul control. Naruto naturally did not say the system, but gave a relatively appropriate explanation. Minato, did you hear that? His son. We can always be with our son. In the future, when our son gets married and has children, we will also be able to see. Watergate. Naruto, will this technique have any effect on your soul? After Kushina was happy, she also realized a problem. The soul has always been the most mysterious thing. Minato Namikaze was able to seal their consciousness in Naruto's body, which was a great feat. And Naruto's method completely surpassed Minato Namikaze. The most important thing is, how old is Naruto? Don't worry, Mom, my body and soul will not be affected. This technique is based on the soul consciousness of the parents, and uses chakra to strengthen it. In other words, it stimulates the soul's self-repair and growth. Naruto simply explained the essence of soul control. Actually, what Naruto said is theoretically possible. Chakra is the result of the fusion of spiritual energy and physical energy. With a super chakra collection like the Nine Tails, Naruto won't consume too much of his own chakra. Seeing Uzumaki Kushina looking over, Namikaze Minato also expressed his thoughts. So that's it. Great. By the way, Naruto, your father taught you some ninjutsu, right? Next, I will teach you how to seal. Uzumaki Kushina said seriously. Uzumaki Kushina is also a super powerful ninja, and has fully inherited the talents of the Uzumaki clan. With one hand of sealing, even in the state of only soul, it can suppress the Nine Tails. This shows that Naruto has comprehended various sealing techniques, but his understanding of sealing techniques is still not as good as Uzumaki Kushina. With his mother's guidance, Naruto is naturally very happy. The next morning, Naruto and Sasuke got up together, washed up and prepared to go out to play. The first thing they did was to go to the house of Choji Akamichi. After waking up Choji, they went to Shikamaru's house. Soon, of the 12 ninjas from the previous life, only 5 were left. They were seniors Tenten, Ninki, and Rock Lee. Because Ninki did not train with Hinata today, they did not find Ninki when they went to look for Hinata. As for Sakura, Ino has gone to look for her now and should be back soon. At this time, several people were looking at Naruto and Sasuke in front of them with some surprise. After gathering here, they already knew. The central figures of this gathering were these two. Although they have been together for a semester. However, their relationship is not yet good to this extent. Naruto, didn't you say you were going to eat? Why are you in the training ground? Shinki took out a bag of snacks from somewhere and asked in confusion while eating. This is Konoha's public training ground, it doesn't look like a place to eat. Everyone, Sasuke and I had an idea during the winter vacation. That is, you are all ninjas from the ninja family, with family heritage and early education. So, we should work harder and graduate early. Become a powerful ninja. Sasuke said that he thinks you can all be good friends, so he doesn't want to separate from you after having such an idea. I want to have close friends on my future journey. Naruto spoke directly. He told the purpose of his visit. For a moment, even the laziest Shikamaru opened his eyes wide. Naruto's words were simple and direct. Such words were the most understandable to them. In fact, they directly resonated with the young men. In this case, the 5 of them stood in front of Naruto and Sasuke. Whispering sound. Naruto, are you saying that you can graduate early too? Do you think that if you enter the ninja school, you can graduate early? This is just the beginning. Let's talk about the simplest test of physical skills and ninjutsu. Can you really pass it? Inuzuka Kiba said with disdain. As a member of the Inuzuka clan, he naturally has his own confidence. In addition, the Akamaru he raised now has a certain combat power, which makes him very happy and confident. Then, try it, Naruto said, showing a sunny smile. Cross seal. Bang bang bang. The clones were released. 4 more Narutos appeared around him. The 5 Narutos disappeared instantly, and when they reappeared, they had surrounded Inuzuka Kiba. Well, it's just a clone, it can't cause any harm at all. Inuzuka Kiba said, and directly took a fighting stance. Instantly, he attacked Naruto. The result can be imagined. Inuzuka Kiba fell to the ground, and Akamaru was also knocked unconscious. Sasuke and I have been conducting actual combat training. Now, I am not weak. So, are you really going to waste your time at your best age? Naruto looked at the remaining people. Because such a result was too shocking. Kiba was even defeated by Naruto in an instant. At this time, Sakura and Ino had also returned. Just seeing this scene. Hey, this guy, why does he look so handsome? Ino and Sakura suddenly paused. But when they saw the cool Sasuke standing next to Naruto, such thoughts were thrown out of their minds. Are you guys conducting actual combat training? Do you want to add me in? Suddenly, a voice came, breaking the silence. Everyone looked in the direction of the sound, and saw a green-skinned monster, cough cough, Rock Lee appeared here. At this time, he was still running in place. It has to be said that Rock Lee's tenacious training method and state are completely the benchmark for ordinary ninjas. In the 2nd grade, he became Might Guy's disciple. It seems that he finally knew what path he should take. In order to catch up with others, his efforts are definitely not comparable to those of ordinary people. Even Sasuke and Naruto's crazy training during this period is not as good as Rock Lee's. Good. Welcome. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, and I hope to be your friend. Naruto stepped forward and held out his hand. Looking at Naruto's sunny smile and enthusiastic words, Rock Lee was stunned. Finally, he was recognized by others. No one said that he was a waste who didn't know ninjutsu. Did he have friends? Hello, my name is Rock Lee. Little Lee also stretched out his hand. After their hands touched, their eyes met. Then, they walked to the center of the training ground. Taijutsu. Naruto also wanted to try. Can he defeat Rock Lee at this stage? Ninjutsu and other means are not needed. After taking a deep breath, Naruto directly posed the posture of Konoha fluid technique. Xiao Li was stunned for a moment again, then quickly adjusted his mentality and took a fighting stance. The two disappeared at the same time and rushed towards each other. They raised their feet high and collided with each other. The huge force collided and a shocking sound was heard. The speed of the two people also became faster. The punches hit the flesh, the speed, and the skills were not what they should have at their age. At this time, Inuzuka Kiba, who was able to stand up, lowered his eyes when he saw the situation in front of him. He seemed to be thinking about something, but the firmness in his eyes showed that he was not jealous or angry. Instead, he had the will to move forward. 3 minutes later, Xiao Li had obviously found that he could not keep up with his speed. Not only the speed, but also the reaction speed slowed down. In addition, after the fight with Naruto just now, there were many marks on his hands and feet. There was no need to continue fighting. Naruto, you win. Rock Lee retreated a few meters and spoke slowly. Lee, your taijutsu is so strong. However, there are still some problems. Do you usually have less combat training? Naruto also spoke up. He praised first and then asked the question. Yes. Rock Lee was stunned for a moment, but still gave an answer. Although he has become Might Guy's disciple, he usually trains more on his own. He is not a person who thinks about things, but he will complete any task left by Might Guy with quality. Many times, he completes it in excess. But, Might Guy doesn't have much time, he has to carry out tasks. He doesn't have many friends, even now Nechi and him don't have a very good relationship. So, he can't find anyone to conduct actual combat training. That's why when he saw Naruto and the others gathered here, as if they were conducting actual combat training, he wanted to join. But he didn't expect that he would be beaten by the first-year students. Lee, it would be better if you could use actual combat methods to master the power you have now after the training. It's just that this will be more difficult. Naruto said seriously. Difficult. These two words have long been crossed out in Xiao Li's dictionary. If he can improve his strength, then, how can it be difficult? Good. But, although Rock Lee agreed with Naruto's words, but, he really couldn't find a suitable person to conduct actual combat training. Aren't we friends now? You can come to me anytime. Sasuke can also. Right, Sasuke, Naruto said, turning to look at Uchiha Sasuke. Yes, although Sasuke just nodded indifferently, his approval also showed that he recognized Rock Lee. He saw the fight between Rock Lee and Naruto very clearly just now. Sasuke could even be sure of one thing, that is, if he didn't use ninjutsu, but only pure physical skills, he might not be Rock Lee's opponent. With this idea, Sasuke was even happier. What others can do, he can definitely do too. Sasuke, can we train with you too? Yes, Sasuke, we also want to train with you in actual combat. At this time, Ino and Sakura also spoke at the same time. Let's try it, Sasuke said, and walked to the center of the training ground. The two girls looked at each other, and then attacked Sasuke at the same time. The result was obvious. The two little girls were beaten into pig heads by Sasuke. Too weak. If you don't improve next time, don't challenge me. Everyone, this is the strength I have gained after training with Naruto during this period of time. Next, you can take a look at. Anyone who stays here will be my friend, Uchiha Sasuke. Uchiha Sasuke said, and then he set his sights on Naruto. This was one of their plans. Using the battle between the two of them to inspire everyone to become strong. Fire style. Sparks. Wind style. Thrust. Lightning release. Razor. Lightning release. Bloom. The battle between the two began instantly. In addition to the extremely fast physical skills, there were also many ninjutsu exchanges. Others subconsciously retreated to the edge of the training ground. However, at this time, the expressions on everyone's faces became complicated. They were all first-year students at the Konoha Ninja School. But, in just one semester, they seemed to have been left far behind. You know, they are all from ninja families. They originally started practicing earlier than ordinary people. Even the resources are not available to ordinary ninjas. Obviously, they should be the most outstanding students in the school, but now, young people have a competitive heart. Now, seeing the excellence of their peers, the first thing they want to do is to become a being that surpasses them. Boom! After another explosion of fire escaped, Naruto and Sasuke stopped. This was their usual combat training. Of course, there was one last special stage that had not yet begun. However, this time the two of them did not intend to show it to everyone. At this time, Naruto turned around and looked at everyone with a smile. How about it, do you want to come together? The hearty smile and enthusiastic voice, but for some reason, made everyone feel a sense of fear. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.